Okay, hopefully you all can hear me. I don't even have my mic hooked up, so hopefully the laptop mic is working. Really, I opened it up so Ed could jump on and other people could join. Um, so I got a text from Ed asking if I was up and said people were looking for a fish stream, and since he's not really great at perfect aquaballs, thank you. Since he's not great with tech, I figured I'd start one so that he could hop on. I sent him the link. Let me go get my phone though and send him a text and let him know that I messaged him in Skype. And I'll be right back with you all. All right. And there is Ed. Let me get him added in here. Hey, buddy. How are you?
Hey, partner.
Are you streaming? What's that?
Are you streaming?
Yeah, we are live. I don't even have my studio mic hooked up. I'm just talking through the regular mic. Hopefully that's cool. Not coming back through your computer. But I figured I would. Yes, Zen Ginger, Ed did it. Zen was poking at me earlier, like, "Are you gonna stream? Are you gonna stream?" I'm like, "I really don't feel good. I really don't want to." But
I'm sorry.
Showing up. No, you're good. Let me run through here real quick and say hellos. Now that you're in here.
I don't see anything.
Yeah, Mr. Zen first and foremost popped in here, followed by Aquaballs, Recon 338, Griffin Fish Room, Miss Griffin Fish Room, who has been putting some content out recently. If you haven't checked her stuff out, go check it out. Tech Boy, hello. Phil Emerson, Soapbox Debris, hello, my friend. Priscilla MK Art has joined us. The Zen Ginger, Cody Sun, and keep going. 44 Mag Guy, Sharpest Models and Aquatics. Video and audio. Morning, James. You get the problem sorted out at work. Yeah, I basically got my balls handed to me at work, Sharpies. But that's okay. It is what it is. Yes, Loud Cat, definitely. So I haven't missed anybody else. Yeah, I have to put on makeup first, as Priscilla said. And there's Bob. Hey, Taylor's Aquatics. I heard you swung by and scooped up a bunch of bloodworms recently at the LFS. I stopped in there, or well, I guess technically it would be yesterday because it's 1 a.m., but earlier in my day, I picked up a piece of wood to go in this Piava tank, in addition to what's in there, and a piece of dragonstone, and was chit-chatting and mentioned that they had seen you. And Full Moon Aquatics, hello, Sandy, welcome. Ed, I'm going to let you take over from here. I was about to head out to the car and grab a bottle of water because our, not that I really drink my tap water anyways, but they apparently had some sort of contamination issue up here, and they were flushing it by popping the fire hydrants to try and get some of the contaminants out of the system. So normally I might drink the tap water, but right now I'm really not going to drink the tap water. So
I love tap water.
I don't mind it when it's decent. The tap water we have here, just the standard horrible level that it runs at, rusted the bolts out of the toilet tank and turned the rubber flapper in the back, literally just melted it into a goo. So I don't know what it was doing on a molecular level, but I mean, you could just touch it and it just turned into like this liquid goo. So, which is why it surprised me when I first started keeping fish that they did so well and breed so frequently. But I will be right back. You have the show, sir.
Okay. Well, I actually have no idea what I'm really going to talk about. And I might be a few minutes behind in the chat, but that's okay. I'm going to use your guys' minds. And of course, I left it in the other room because I wasn't prepared. But I don't know how many of you guys are on my Facebook page. If anybody wants to join me on my Facebook page, my name is Chattanooga Ed, just like the name here. And, if you got some other name than what your fish name is, just say Fish or something like, or Fish Fam or something. I'll invite you. But my big question of the day, I've been spending like the last 4 hours trying to take my logo, which when James gets back, I'll run and get it. It's, the circle that's up on the symbol. It's got a C with an Ed with a blue Moscow in the middle. I want to get around the circle in yellow Chattanooga Ed, like wrote a couple times. And I don't know what program to use to curve letters or make letters fill in a circle. And if anybody out there knows that would be awesome. Ed's afraid of funny water. Yeah. He has fancy water. But I have tried it. Okay, Chattanooga Ed on Facebook. Oh, wow. Thanks, Zen. You're awesome. Okay, hello, folks.
All right, let me
Hi, Hood.
real quick, just in case. Oh, hush, cat. Just in case anybody else wants to jump up here with you.
Hey, Big J. Codyson's in the house.
Got all sorts of cool people. I'm glad that you kind of poked me to get on here, Ed. I've been feeling like it, but I wanted to talk to everybody. The past couple days have just been crap. And
well, I know this is your one day off a week, except it's at the very end of the day, and we're actually into Tuesday. So thanks, James, for doing it.
Yeah, I was supposed to be off today, but I ended up having to go in first thing this morning before the store opened because my district manager sent a team over to help get my store straightened out after the fiasco with the people with the video camera and sending videos and pictures off complaining about the store. So I almost had the day off. I went from having that time off for medical to working, I think, like 23 days straight at this point, and I've just been annoyed. But I'm glad to see everybody. I have been kind of lurking, even in the chats where I haven't said hello, just because once I say hello to one person, I feel bad if I don't say hi to everybody. So I have been doing some lurking, but it is good to see you all, and I appreciate you all showing up.
Bob says he doesn't see me on screen.
I see you on screen. I see
me on screen.
Yeah. And I also see you on the YouTube version, not just the StreamYard. So I'm not sure why.
And Sharpie says, have I started that Cthulhu model? I have not started it yet. I have had so many things going on that I have not. I'll probably start it next Monday. My brother's coming into town on Friday and leaving on Sunday. So I won't do much during the weekend. And then this week, I'm just going to kind of clean up and prepare for him. I'm cleaning out the area where I'm going to start my fish room. I'm going to make a video probably tomorrow or the following day on planting some fish. Or not planting some fish, planting some plants in this aquarium behind me. I've been trying to let the water drop a little because you can kind of see, but I got to get really deep because that's a 4 foot from top to bottom. So it's pretty hard to get to the bottom. Okay, so let's see.
I don't know if you saw my catfish there.
No, but I saw Buddy going back and forth. That was awesome.
My Espion, my actual cat, was trying to climb in the bottom tank down here.
Oh. Bob says he doesn't see my logo. As soon as I get the lettering on it, we'll try to figure out how to get it on the thing, because I'm going to have it. Bob didn't mean 2 screens. He just meant my logo.
I got you. Yeah. What I can do once you sent me the picture of your logo, but once you've got the one that you like, I can just go in and do just a quick picture edit, and add it to my logo, and then just use that as the brand image in the top right.
Yeah, and that's part of the reason why I'm trying to figure out how to make the little yellow words go around it, because I just kind of like to add that.
I would get with DPK. I know DPK has not been super active, but I did see on Instagram that DPK posted for the first time in a while. And happy birthday, Sandy. I'm not going to sing, but happy birthday.
Very happy birthday.
That's it. We'll do the Cracker Barrel. A happy birthday to you from all of us. And I don't remember the words, so I'm just going to stop.
I don't know any of the words.
It's the one that they sing at like the TGI Fridays and whatever, when you tell somebody there's a birthday at the table and they all come over clapping with a piece of cake. And
oh, yeah. Oh, I totally believe you. I just don't know the words.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't go to a Cracker Barrel enough. I went to Cracker Barrel with Bob like 2 weeks ago, but it was for breakfast and nobody was having their birthday. And I had grits for the first time.
Yeah, Bob, I'm gonna have to put a GPS tracker on you. But you keep sneaking into town, and I find out after the fact. Fish store ratted you out, buddy.
This is a pain having a 4 foot deep one, but it used to go in a window. It was like a window in my living room, but it was actually a walk-in closet on the other side. So that's why it had to be so tall. But I have a little ladder I walk up, so it's all good.
Cichlids Aquarium Keeper Hello says, "Hey, I got my Oscar the other day. It's a 4 here. Let me just do this. It's a 4 foot tank. Can I get it in there forever?"
Awesome.
You should be good. I'm assuming you mean 4 foot from left to right. So probably a 55 at minimum. Could be a 75. Could be a 90. Could be a lot of others. It could be 120 gallon. But you should be fine with just one in there. I don't know if you know the exact gallons. Let us know. But I would say you should be good. Phenoxy has joined us. Hello and welcome, Diego from Petzotics. So real quick, I would like to encourage you all. I sent Diego an apology the other day. For some reason, I had it in my mind that Diego's channel is much, much larger than what it is, and has somehow failed to try and help him with his channel. And as you all know, I like to try and help people. So if Zen probably will have it before I get to it, but if somebody will throw the link up for Petzotics, let's show him some love if you haven't already.
That's my logo. And you see, I've got like the blue and the red, so I wanted to go with the yellow Chattanooga Ed just in little lettering around the C. And I've had a heck of a time trying to find something to make circle letters.
Monica Lynn, hello, and she asked, Chattanooga Ed, I follow you on Instagram under Designed by MLT. Sorry, I'm not set up for streaming at the moment. Are you still posting on that?
Today I posted on Instagram a pipefish, a seahorse, and a dart frog.
Very nice. Yes, I follow you. I've been a total slacker the past 2 days in terms of everything social media. Scotty G66 has joined us. Hello and welcome. There's Zen's got Diego's. Dr. Black, how are you, my friend? I'm still waiting on my Vegemite to show up.
All right, Dr. Black.
So Bob's not going to charge you yet. Brad Fowler has joined us. Hello and welcome. Brad, I haven't forgotten about you. I still haven't found that that hook, that catch for that name that you sent me. I guess since I am here, bear with me a moment. Ed, you take the wheel. I'm going to get my mic swung over and plugged in and turn this light on so I can actually have some semblance of a legitimate stream going, and I guess show you all a few things while we're here, since I haven't put anything out the past couple of days.
That's cool. Well, you know, in most live streams, the hosts like try to share information, but I'm going to kind of do the opposite because I'm searching for information, not only about the tech stuff, but does anybody know any good websites that have I'd like to know what type of Anubias I have. You know, it's just listed as Anubias, but there's like dozens of different strands. And I was wondering if anybody has a good website or know of a book I can buy that would get a lot deeper into exactly what type of Anubias I have. If there's anybody that, maybe that's just a crazy, stupid thing, but I'd just like to know personally.
You know, honestly, I've forgotten what it is. I asked Bentley Pasco that one time, and he actually gave me a really good answer with the website to check out and a couple different reference points, and I've forgotten what they are. I'd have to go back to that live stream to find it.
That would be awesome.
You know, Bob, I didn't even see your stickers. If I'd have seen one, I'd have grabbed it. All right. Give me my mic.
I still haven't gotten either one of these guys' stickers, and they're my friends. It's so funny. Okay. Yeah, I bet Jason at H2O, he knows a lot about plants. I was just wondering if anybody here, you know, if you go to like a bookstore here, they don't know the difference between an in-depth book and a book that says, this is what Anubias looks like, this is what Java Fern looks like, this is what, you know, the basics. I want one that really gets it deep in depth. Hey, Monica is saying hi to everybody.
All right, let me see if I've got that camera where it should be. Oh, Lord, there we go. That's a scary picture for you all. Okay. So, I'm going to steal the stream back for a second, Ed.
That's fine.
I was going to do a video, and I still may do a video, but apparently, even though I could not figure out how to get on the Christmas card list, like how that was going to work, if it was you send 20 cards in or you send one and they get one random person, I still ended up with Christmas cards. So thank you all. I love you all. I owe some people some belated Christmas cards. So that's fitting that I have this one first. I'm going to hold them this way so I'm not giving out people's addresses. I did slice them open and check them out. So Chattanooga Ed sent me a Christmas card.
Woo-hoo!
I appreciate that very much. Thank you.
You just opened it?
I got them maybe 3 days ago.
Holy
I
cow.
just got them the other day, and that's why she's like, here, you've got a whole bunch of mail. Not to say they hadn't shown up, but I don't generally check the mail. Most of what I ordered, the mail, the postal carrier, like my Amazon packages and stuff, they get dropped right at the door. So I don't really check the mail. Miss Fever checks the mail. So I had about that much mail. And she's like, here. She's bad about letting the box get full.
Well, I bought that card like 25 years ago. And I bought a whole box of Farside cards because I love Farside. And some of you guys may not even know what Farside is. but one of them was like two fish, and one of the fish is dead, and he's saying something to the guy, but the one that's dead is named Bob, and that was the one I gave Bob. It was so perfect to find a fish that had the name Bob in it.
Well, here's what I thought was cool. I'm going to cover your address. I don't care if mine shows because, well, it's on everybody's sticker envelopes that I sent out. I'm a stamp nerd. In another life, I used to collect stamps. So I was like geeking out on the stamps on there. And of course, one of them is a fish stamp. You can't really see it because this camera's not going to autofocus, but I thought that was awesome. So thank you, Ed.
My grandfather was an avid stamp collector, and then so is my dad. And I don't really collect them, but I have been given tons of free stamps.
Right.
So, there you go.
I also got a card from Fancy Tail Aquatics. Again, I'm just going to take them out of the envelope so I'm not giving people's addresses. And sticker for the sticker collection. Love my stickers. So thank you, Scott. I don't know that Fancy Tail's in here, but if you are, thank you. And yes, I'm completely ignoring the chat right now.
I'm just going to get some more water real quick.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Is sushi in here? I don't think I saw sushi. But I did get a card from Miss Sushi Berry. And her super cool sticker. So thank you for that if you're in here / if you see this after the fact. Hey, Bipolar Aquatics. I'm sure I've missed some other people. My apologies. Hello to you if I have missed you. And then I got a card from Miss Not Nola Jane Fishrich. There we go. Proper orientation. And that awesome sticker. So thank you all for those. Now I have something else to share that came in the mail.
Oh, I'm sorry, Bob. I didn't mean to call in sick when I knew I could get something free.
Hey, Backroads and Bass. So this right here, let me give a backstory. I created a wish list on Amazon because several people requested that I do so. I don't have links for it on any of my videos or any of that kind of stuff. If that's something that you would like to look at because you want to, Zen Ginger has that link, but it's not something that I'm like publicly promoting because I don't want people to be like, oh, well, he's asking for fish food and stuff. No, people asked me to do it because they wanted to send me specific things. So I did it, and I got this. So, which, yeah, I mean, Zen, you've told people your name's Mandy. I wasn't going to show it, but from the Zen Ginger, she sent me, oh goodness, it's like 265 ONIP treat tabs for the fishies because she wants some different fishy ONIP tab videos / putting them up during live streams. So, Zen, if you would like me to throw one up here for the angelfish to go nuts on and move the camera over, I will gladly do that for you since you have provided those, and I thank you for that. I thought that was pretty cool. I did make it to where it remains a secret to me, so like if you order something off that wish list, I don't get any type of notification. It just shows up. So I thought that was pretty cool because it's like, yes, those, yes.
That's awesome.
See, that's where we do one of those. Here, Ed, let me hand you these ONIP tabs. All right, perfect.
These are great.
Yeah, check that out.
What the heck? They've been opened.
Yeah. So, Maria, hello, welcome, good to see you. I don't even think I switched this mic over. I think I'm talking into a mic that I haven't turned on yet. Bear with me. This was not planned in the least. No, it's on the webcam microphone. But at least we've tested that. You know, it works. That should be my standard microphone there. There we go.
Wow, that sounds so much better.
Yeah, and it's just a $25 mic. It's just, that's what I love about it. Is it looks and it sounds nice, but it's not expensive. I do need to get a longer cord now that I've changed my setup.
Do you see my Beischer keeps going up and down?
Somebody said feed the fishies. All right, I'm gonna stick one of these in the tank. Oh, also for those of you that had expressed interest, the Rainforest Conservation Kits, my local fish store here in Knoxville ordered 2 more, so they currently have 3 now. For anybody in the East Tennessee area that was wanting to pick one of those up. Yeah, y'all are just going to have to deal with motion sickness at the moment. And me trying not to drop the camera in. Something like that. Yeah, that's got a decent shot.
I don't know if my fish will go after one if I put it in, but I can try.
So thank you, Zen Ginger, for the fishy feeding entertainment on the Fish Room Fever live stream. Oh, they look interested.
They do. Oh.
So they're Full Moon Aquatics said at Chattanooga Ed, maybe the Encyclopedia of Aquarium Plants by Peter Hiscock would help you, recommended to me by several in my local group.
That sounds awesome. Let me get back to live chat. And I'm just going to take a photo of that as soon as I get my hand dry.
Absolutely. And there Bob is seconding the book recommendation. Bob said, James, if you want a sticker, don't steal the ones at Aquatic Marine. I can send you one. Yeah, Bob, I figure I'll get one from you eventually. And I don't know that you were in here when I extended this offer. I know you had been lurking at on that stream at some point. But if you wanted to, I don't think you were in, come to think of it, but if you wanted me to, when I'm sending stickers out, if you had a small stack and you wanted me to toss one of yours in with them to people that were requesting stickers, I'd be happy to do that. If not, not a problem. Just figured I would extend that offer to you. Sharpies, there we go. Only issue I have with the tabs is that the bristle noses can hog them. Birdie in particular will devour the whole thing. Yes, I have seen that happen. Also in the tanks where I have a lot of mystery snails, if they're anywhere in the area, they will try and get there and take over the tabs. But I think the tabs are awesome. I enjoy them. They put on a good show. The guppies, it still throws the guppies off because they're so used to top feeding that I'll put the tab in there and it takes them a good 20 or 30 seconds to stop hitting the surface of the water and actually go find the tab.
Sorry. I feed my guppies and my mollies it, and they just all love it. I've never given it to the thread fins, though, and they don't know what it is. They're just leaving it alone. But the Synodontis in the bottom will probably get it as soon as we turn out the lights. The Beischer is kind of swimming in circles up there. Maybe he'll sniff it out.
So I think I need to downsize a pair of my bristlenose, Ed. So if you still want some bristlenose, next time you get up here, I'll send you a pair or a trio, and you'll have plenty of your own.
Well, I could just do with one.
He said, "No, just give me one. I can give you just one. That's fine." I don't have any tricks to force start your laptop, GRB. I'm sorry, that's not my thing. Yeah, Control Alt Delete will definitely work to reboot it if you can even get it. If you can get it turned on to accept that command, that's a good way to do it. Well, I won't say a good way, but it's one way that it can be done. Take the battery out. The standard. Thank you for calling. I need you to unplug the power source for 30 seconds and then plug it back in, please. So there's your standard tech response there. Book is available on Amazon. Second, removing the battery. Zen Ginger needs a female. I'm assuming she means bristlenose pleco. And Big J needs some, I'm assuming bristlenose plecos. Yes, so I've got 44 Mag Guy. I'll send him some plecos. We're talking to Diego. Diego, if you're still listening, I've got to get some heat packs. I haven't forgotten you. I've got a lot of crap I need to get caught up on, and that's my apologies. Everybody needs female bristlenose plecos, it looks like. Wow.
I just want a boy.
We can definitely do that. Matter of fact, if you want one with some really good character to him, I've got a male. Well, if Miss Fever will let me part with him, I've got a male. When I got him, he was missing an eye, which he is still, of course, missing the eye. But he's got these really awesome bristles. He's not your standard Trimac. He's a, what is it, a Timonix, which have got the really long, almost like forests of bristles that have a small split off at the tip. Oh, Priscilla just needs a female in general. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Said she didn't say plecos. Nothing wrong with that, Priscilla. Big J's will take both. Oh, we are already quickly taking a sharp turn here in the Fish Room Fever live stream.
Oh, wow. Priscilla, you're amazing. Okay, now, okay, let me show you guys what she did. That is super cool. But could you also get it so it's saying it around the top too? Not that I'm too demanding. So, like, it would be Chattanooga Ed and then Chattanooga Ed again, if that's okay. But otherwise, this looks super awesome. That is the exact color and everything. Oh my gosh.
Hey, FNS Fish Room. Welcome. Glad to have you here. All right, let me switch over and pull my live chat out since I'm actually going to be active here.
Oh, there it is. There's the, like, I clicked on it and it made it just real. That is so cool.
All right, now I have my live chat.
Now, Priscilla's an artist. Does she also do digital art?
Yeah, that's a good question. Seems like she does as quick as she popped that out. Sharpie, yeah, Sharpie says, I've only got the 10 baby plex, probably be sold off before they're old enough to sex. I've got about 400 baby bristlenose at this point. And that's not even counting all the eggs that are being sat on at the moment. They don't stop. I've got one tank that's got, it's just a pair. I don't even have a trio because that same pair does so well. But the male is sitting on eggs. And then there are 2 other batches from that same set of parents in the tank with him. So he's on his 3rd set within a month and a half. So they're just little machines.
That creature that keeps swimming back and forth, and his tank is named Buddy. It's so funny. It's like Pam's dog.
Yeah. He doesn't bark for cookies, though.
Might be able to train him to do something for him.
Yeah.
I'm impressed that the big fish are going after it, though. Maybe I'll have to put some in my angel tank and see what happens.
Oh yeah, they love this stuff. Priscilla says, "No, I don't do digital art. Just used Photoshop."
I've been trying. I mean, I used to be a photographer. I was really good at Photo 1 and Photoshop 2, like back in the 90s, which is really dating myself. But I could not figure out how to do it on the new thing whatsoever.
John, yes, you could definitely get overrun with baby bristlenose. It's quite easy, especially when you get a pair or a trio that breeds prolifically. Let me rephrase: a reverse trio that breeds prolifically. Like I said, I had a trio in the one tank, but the male and the female were doing fine without having another male in there. It's like she kept going back to him, and he was just like ready to go. I was still able to get him to eat. So that's always my biggest concern, is making sure that the male's getting a chance to eat before he goes on to the next batch of babies, because they'll starve themselves, sitting on batch after batch of eggs if you let them. Zen Ginger says, "My angels love ONIP tabs." Yes, they I've not really found anything that wouldn't go for them. GRB says, "My marble bristlenose are back at it now in 2 breeding tanks and juvies in every tank." Yeah, they get everywhere pretty quick. I go through a lot of cans of green beans. A lot. So I did shoot the video for setting up the rainforest conservation tank, part 2 of 3. And I'm debating on doing like a bonus film to go in there, because I want to add some stuff to that tank. So I might do like a bonus video of just adding some things to it that don't come with the setup. But I picked this up because I really like this particular piece of dragonstone. So I think I'm going to put it in sitting like that. You can't really quite get all the texture on camera. If I turn it that way, you kind of can. I think I'm going to sit it in there like that. And then I grabbed a piece of manzanita. And then I'll get out of the way of you all watching the fish. So I think I'm going to throw those in there.
I bought a really cool piece of wood when I was out with Bob and Ginger last time. Let me grab it quick.
Yeah, Sharpie says, "Any of my fish have babies and they get extra treats for a few days just because I'm soft." There's nothing wrong with that. I still have yet to have either of my angel pairs actually successfully raise any babies, but I am hopeful. I've got, I think, what would be the 7th batch for the pair that's got some now. Don't talk about wood, please. Overall, it's about the 19th batch between the 2 pairs. So I'm hoping that they're going to start getting it right sooner or later, because they've got a really large, they had a really large lay this time. It's almost a full Amazon sword leaf covered in eggs. GRB says, "I drop algae wafers in the entrance of male caves they eat while still protecting the eggs." I have not had any of my males that protect their eggs face out. They are all nose in the cave and generally will not even back out of the cave unless they're trying to attack something that's coming in the cave. But that's just the behaviors that mine have exhibited. John says, "Come on, Ed, show us your wood." So Aquaball said, "I should have buying. I'm guessing should have been buying a bunch of wood this past weekend, but you got Dragonstone instead. Very nice. Yeah, I love Dragonstone. I really, really do. And my LFS that I go to has upped their game recently. The new ownership on their pieces, their driftwood and their stone selection. So I'm really enjoying that because it used to be there wasn't really a lot in there and it wasn't well displayed or priced, or actually I don't even think it was priced at all at one point. But they've got a really nice setup now. Yeah, Ed's got to prep his wood to be on camera. I generally do the same thing on my my other account that's not on YouTube. You know, you got to prep the wood for screen time.
I don't know what happened to it, but I did buy this cool thing at the flea market in Nashville. Check that out.
Oh, that's awesome. Priscilla is asking if you want a different font, Ed.
Oh, that's like a super awesome font. That looks super cool. But yeah, I was gonna try to put this up in my fish room somewhere once I get it going.
44, I would throw some kind of wood in there. I really like cholla wood, or some people pronounce it cholla wood. I really enjoy it. One, I think it's just delicious. But the fish also think it's delicious too. All of my plecos seem to enjoy munching on cholla wood. So you can get it pretty cheap. You can even go on Amazon and snag up like a 5-pack for maybe $10, like $2 a piece. There's the pretty kitty.
Yep. She wanted to jump up in my lap.
Oh, okay. Aqua balls. There we go. No, not stone. Bearded dragons. I got a trio, 2 females and 1 male. Nice, nice. I have not had bearded dragons in many, many, many years. Trying to stay to the fish. Poor Zinginger says, "Oh no, he doesn't know what happened to his wood." So we're gonna have all the wood jokes.
Yeah, I know I put it somewhere where I could find it. I just don't know where. Yeah, drive me nuts.
See, Full Moon Aquatics. Good to chat with you all a bit again. I've been busy caring for family members. Hope to get involved more again when my aunt gets her chemo treatments. It's good to see you too. My thoughts and prayers go out to you and your family. I've had quite a few relatives go through cancer and various types of treatments and stages, and so I definitely can understand how that goes. So I hope that everything goes well for you. Big J's, how's the baby monsters? So I actually moved the red-tailed cat out of the tank back here, just because it's getting a little big, and I wanted to move the hybrid into here so it could start to grow out a little bit better. But I was afraid that the red tail might munch on the hybrid. So the red tail is no longer in here. The tiger shovel nose is in here doing good. And the hybrid is in here somewhere. Hopefully it'll get more comfortable. Tiger shovel nose is up at the plants, like up in there. The hybrid is somewhere hiding. It's still only about 4 inches. All right. Hey, Fish Tropic. Wow, that jumped on me. Let me see. Okay, there we go.
Griff, I will not be giving away any of my blue guppies until I have like huge piles of them. Just because I'm trying to grow, I want 2 separate giant colonies. Yeah. Right now, I just got little colonies.
Until you see a video on the Fish Room Fever channel about me having some of Chattanooga Ed's blue guppies, that means it's not time yet.
That's fair.
Let's see. Full Moon, have a wonderful night. And again, I hope everything goes well. Daniken Aquatics, hello. Welcome back. Hopefully they get your power figured out. I think I caught you Fish Tropic, but if not, Jello.
Night, Full Moon.
GRB was saying, very cool. More info, please. Ed, what's it made of? I'm assuming that fish you were showing?
Oh, it's a cast iron. It's really heavy. It's probably like 25 pounds. And then I've like packed a bunch of light bulbs that you get at Michael's or at Hobby Lobby in there. And I'm going to put another string in there and just put it up on the corner somewhere.
Did you get that finalized with Priscilla? I'm just now catching up. She said, let me know if you want more spacing or something before I close Photoshop.
Oh, wow. That looks really good. What do you guys think? I think it looks awesome.
I like it.
Thank you so much, Priscilla. Somehow I'll have to pay you back. I don't know how, but I will. That looks so cool. Thank you so much.
All right. Looks like I caught up to the bottom of the chat. So,
Oh,
I mean,
I'm going to save that and mail that to James.
we've got so many things we could think of. Oh, yeah. So, since I've got you on here, Ed, you were asking, excuse me, about the stickers. You can get the stickers like I got. It's like $50 for 500 of them, or $55 for 1,000 of them. It's kind of, once you hit that point, the price doesn't go up much to increase the quantity. And there are some other options in terms of, like, if you wanted to get vinyl, they're a little bit more. I went with the cheapest ones that I could. Speaking of stickers, gentleman that used to do the Fish Fam stickers, Jadron Aquatics, just uploaded a video apparently, or so my email says. That could be very, very delayed.
Well, and I probably should see how much he'll do them for me too, just because I really enjoy his content and I'd like to help him out.
I couldn't even get a response from him. Like, I emailed him, I sent him a message, I replied to one of his videos, and I caught him in a chat and asked him directly, and he just didn't even respond. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to go over here.
Well, he's probably a super busy guy too, so if that's the case, then...
Well, yeah, and all I said was, hey, before I order stickers elsewhere, are you still making them? You know, just kind of out of a respect type thing, since he was like the Fish Fam sticker person. But so, I don't know. He may have not liked the fact that initially my first logo looked fairly similar to his, come to find out after the fact.
That's true.
He may not have liked that. Either way, you know how I feel. I really don't care what people think.
Well, I'm just a peewee, but I love stickers.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, love the stickers. Zen Ginger is making a request on your sticker there to change some things.
On what? On my sticker?
Yeah. I guess she's wanting more spacing.
Oh, I'm happy. Thank you so much, Priscilla, for doing that. It's awesome. That is super cool.
Yeah, so I think, like Fish Tropic is saying, I ordered 1,000 of these. The next time I do them, I'm probably going to hopefully up it and order the vinyl ones. I think it was going to be like $80 to do that, but that's still not bad for a large quantity. But hey, the snowballs are out dancing around. All right, at least one of them is. Two of them are. The Sultan is still hiding.
I wonder if my sticker might cost more because it's more than just 3 shades of ink.
Well, mine is my actual logo. If you take the actual image that DPK made, is like 237 colors.
Oh wow!
Yeah, when because I'm still working on getting it turned into a stitch pattern so I can get the hats made. And when I process it through the computer, it starts out at a couple hundred different color shades, variants, whatever you want to call it. But what they'll do is they'll knock it down to a 4-color process, and you have the option to have them email you a picture of it ahead of time, a proof. So you just click that option, and they'll send you a picture. And then you can look at it and go, hey, yeah, that looks good. Or you can say, oh, no, I really would rather it look like this, But, I mean, mine, you really can't tell that it's a 4-color process. So I think you should be good.
I just noticed, I think the one that I sent you may have Priscilla's face in the corner. I don't, because it's like in the.
There's like ever so slightly something in the top corner, but I couldn't even, like, it's not even the whole face. It was just like,
That would be hilarious.
and Dr. Black is back temporarily. Yeah. Get
Chattanooga Ed is approved by Priscilla.
Yeah. Sponsored by Priscilla.
Well, I'll try to see if I can remove.
Hey,
it.
Jesse.
I don't want to do that, and I'll send you another.
Jesse, don't feel bad. We didn't even know this was going on. It just kind of happened. I just tripped, fell, and landed on the internet. Priscilla, if you want to send it to my Gmail, you can, because Ed's going to forward it to me anyways. Ed, I'm assuming you want me to go and get like everything set up, so you just have to click a button to order your stickers, and you can take a look at it.
Oh, I can probably figure that out. I had it figured out where I could send it without my name around it, but I really wanted my name around it in yellow.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Bob's asking, Ed, you lost your wood.
I still have your wood, but I don't have mine. I don't know where.
The chat's gonna have fun with that. Oh, where's John? I'm waiting for it. There's the guy.
Bob gave me some awesome wood, and it's going in this tank tomorrow.
So, is that Priscilla's watermark? That's great. So I don't know if you all are as excited as I am, but I am really excited for Saturday, having John from KG Tropicals and Bob from Steamfod Aquatics on the show. I think that's going to be a blast.
Yeah, that's super, super cool.
So I don't really have. I didn't want to do like a fish Q&A because they've got to get tired of that. I mean, that's what they deal with all the time. Is, hey, well, what? Tell me how to fix this fish. What fish do you recommend? I wanted it more to be something that they could just kind of hang out and chit chat and shoot the breeze.
Yep.
But if you all have anything specifically that you would like worked into the conversation, let me know. So I think there's going to be a fair bit of talk about John's drone and probably about Bob doing snow camping, which I'm cool with.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about that too, James. Someday, once my fish, I think I just bent my hat the wrong. I'm bending it worse and worse. Okay, there we go. It's laying like this, and I keep pushing it the wrong way because everything's opposite what I'm looking at. Well, once my fish room's done, I have a really cool poker table that I could put in my fish room, and maybe we could actually have a live round table all together.
That would be awesome.
And we just need maybe a switcher person in the back that would go back and forth. But I bet we could get Bob to show up and maybe Rack or Sean. So
yeah, that would be pretty awesome.
3 cool guys that I know that might come over.
Well, don't forget me.
Well, yeah.
Daniken, somebody in here will know exactly where Bob Steamfod is at. I don't remember exactly where he's at. I just know he's mentioned he's been trying to get out and do some camping in the snow. I don't think he's gotten to go out just yet.
He was on his live stream tonight.
Yeah, I woke up like halfway through his live stream and was just barely cohesive enough to say hi to a couple of you all. Which worked out because, like I mentioned in there, I should have come home from work and done water changes, but I took a little nappy nap instead, and then woke up to find out that the local water board was trying to flush a bad contamination out of the water. So I'm glad that I didn't do the water changes.
We in Missouri, where I used to live, we had a downpour. It was like 18 inches in a 24-hour span. It was crazy, and it washed out the road, and the the water pipe was exposed, but it was like going through. You could see that, but everything else was gone for this like 6-foot mass. And then we had another huge rain, and it caught. They put a big metal plate across the road so cars could drive over it.
Uh-huh.
The road gave way, and that cut through the main.
Yeah.
And it put black crap through all my pipes. It was so strange. So
That's
strange.
cool.
And then Bob says, don't forget LRB and those fish. With those fish. LRB is awesome. But I'm not for sure. I think I've already forgot about LRB's fish.
I enjoy LRB. I just generally don't attend the live chats because it's a madhouse. Like even more so than Aquarium Co-op, which is weird because Co-op will have a lot more people. But it just seems like it's a madhouse in Lucas's live streams.
I love Lucas's streams.
Yeah, I enjoy it. I have to enjoy it in terms of watching it versus like I normally do with the chat, because if I even try and participate with the chat, I just lose my freaking mind. I'm like, I can't do this.
I just ordered a LRB shirt yesterday. And Dr. Black says, Dan Slee, have you ever had an issue with snails? Murdering mystery snails. I'm guessing that he's talking about assassin snails. Unless I'm missing something.
Give her the gift of wood, Ed. That's what Bob says.
Oh. LRB? I need to order some shrimp from LRB so I can say that I have some.
Hey, Chewy, I can't ever catch him in stock. Apparently, they go to his Patreons first, I guess. So I gave up. I'm just not gonna have Blue Dreams.
Yeah, that's based. Well, there's the shrimp farm in Illinois that I plan on buying out eventually someday because they have a lot of beautiful fish. They've won the nation championships or national championships for shrimps and everything. Bloomington Shrimp Farm. That's what they're called. They're awesome. Let's see. Oh, Dr. Black meant his shrimp are killing his snails. And Chewy's here. How you doing, Chewy?
And then Fish Tropic had a good question. Do you guys prefer live-bearing fish or egg-laying fish? What are some of the pros and cons of both? In terms of preference, there are fish that I prefer that are egg layers, but I don't prefer them because they're egg layers. I just like those fish better. If you're asking would I rather all fish either be egg layers or live bearers, I would prefer that they be live bearers because there's a lot less work that goes into that from my end. The downside of that is potentially how small the baby fish are when they get popped out. So if you've got them in a community tank and they start popping out fry and they're loose throughout the tank, it's a lot harder to protect them or put safeguards in place. So there's kind of a pros and cons. The pros of egg layers is once the eggs are laid, generally you can remove them if need be and raise them yourself. But I tend to like live bears in terms of raising the fry.
Yeah, I'm 100% with you. Live bear's just easy. I don't know any advantages to having eggs of. Oh, well, I guess maybe if it was an egg that could be dried out and then wait a couple of years or something, some weird type situation like that, or for transportation, it's easier to move the eggs.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I would
Like
definitely.
the one big advantage on the egg layers is that you can move them. So if I have something lay eggs in a tank that is a hostile environment for those baby fish, I can pull the eggs that are on the cone or the leaf or wherever they are and put them in a safe environment to raise them. Oh yeah, there we go. Now
that looks incredible.
Yeah, that is gorgeous.
Priscilla, you're awesome. James will have your bristle nose out tomorrow. I'm just teasing. I can't give away his fish, but I wish I could. That is amazing. Thank you so much.
44 Mag Guy, I really, really like the watering stakes
Type that
on Amazon. I've got, all of my plecos that breed in those. I'll just put it at that. Not to talk bad about any other type, but she said, oh, hell no, don't send me bristlenose. No, she wanted an actual female, not a bristlenose female. She just was referring to a female in general.
Oh.
I made that mistake earlier. I'm like, oh, female, she means bristlenose. And she said, I didn't say that. Let's see. I Flip Aquatics, Blue Dreams. I really want the LR Breaths ones. One day I will get them. Until then, I'm not worried about it. Fires, Mouth Brooders. Hold on a second. Fish Tropic popped another comment and it's flown away from me. Okay. Chat took off. Oh, hey, Big J's is sitting in the background. There we go, Big J. Sorry about that. I got lost in chat.
It's all good. What's up, everyone?
Look at your little babies there.
Yeah, I got the little guys out here. Look at that's what you got to look forward to right there.
Oh God, I can't wait. Dude,
That's the hybrid. Here's my
James,
other hybrid. That's
James,
my
we're going to have to build you a steel building so we can put all those things in.
Well, Ed, I mean, I'm just waiting. As soon as you're ready, I'm just going to go ahead and park the trailer next to your house on your land, and then I can start building everything out there. We're just going to have like the East Tennessee fish farm fam there.
Well, I probably don't have the property for the big giant fish room, but I do plan on putting in a greenhouse. I have 2.5 acres, but it's kind of like on the side of a mountain, so half of it's
I got you.
It's kind of like this, and I've got lots of trees. After I bought the place, I was making all these plans, and then I looked at it and it's like, oh, the trees cover up a lot of my grass area.
I can't find it. Fish Tropic had mentioned something about diseases from live bearing fish. I mean, there are two stances on that, or two thoughts on that. I'll say, not two stances necessarily, but generally there are things that are constant in the water, just like there are things that are constantly all around us, living on surfaces and even inside of us, and all that wonderful stuff. In terms of like bacteria and things of that nature. Generally, I tend to think of fish the same way I do people, is if you keep, a healthy immune system, it's going to help you avoid a lot of those issues. Now, whether there are more or less to deal with in terms of live bears, I don't know. Just to be honest, I can't give you a legitimate answer. I've not studied that, whether one is more prone to bacterial infections or things like that than the other. I guess you could assume that the live bear is potentially, but at the same time, the female is still releasing eggs through that area for an egg layer. So I don't know 100%. Not the answer anybody wants, but it's the answer I have, sadly.
Yeah, I've never heard anybody say that one is more prone to disease than the other. But I guess it's something I could try to look up.
Chewy, there it is. I have a major question since a fellow Canadian from Ontario is in here at Fish Room Fever. With native fish being kept, why are they not heard of in CARES? Probably because, as you are aware well of, Chewy, CARES is not tended to in the least little bit, at least from what I've seen, in terms of updating it and things of that nature. It's just kind of, it's out there, the list exists, and it is what it is. There's not really any type of maintenance done to it. So that would be my answer as to why there are things that are not on the list, is because nobody's bothering to update those lists or take an accurate inventory of what things should and should not be on the list at this point.
And I also think that the government doesn't trust fish keepers to keep a lot of the fish that should be on the CARES list because they think we'll kill them. But yet, we might be the one chance that the fish has.
Right.
I mean, like there's this, James talked several times about those beautiful little, they're not gobies. They're some little type of
the blue darter.
darters. But yet they won't let us try to breed them and keep them ourselves to try to add to the streams once they're clean enough to have them.
Yeah. I mean, they're breeding them up at UT. That's where they've partnered up with that nonprofit. They are successfully breeding them in captivity. So that would be something that, I would love to do.
Yeah.
I even reached out to them just to try and volunteer, since they are a nonprofit organization, and couldn't even get a response from them, just to be like, hey, I'd be happy to come up and just, volunteer my free time and labor to help with, whatever y'all need done at the facilities, and couldn't even get a response. So, but who knows, maybe they don't have anybody that's volunteering on the internet email portion of the project. So everything's just sitting there on the electronic side. Chewy says the red-sided dace is considered vulnerable, along with one of the killifish in Newfoundland, but healthy populations in the U.S. apparently. Yeah, and then that is a feisty Grommy. Honestly, Chewy, I don't know. I mean, that sounds right. Hey, Alien World, how are you? Like I said, I think a lot of it just goes into the fact that there's not a lot of maintenance being done on these things after the fact. It's set up and it's there and it's not updated. Oh, they've about taken out that ONIP tab. There's a little bit left.
Hey, Alien's here. How cool is that?
What's up, Alien World?
All right, Priscilla, I'm going to check that out right now.
I like how Mr. Zen put, hi, Alien. It's the little thing that makes me happy.
Yeah.
I tell you, if anybody gets a chance to go to Vancouver, it is a beautiful, beautiful city. It is so awesome. I went there like in 95 or 96, and my hotel was like down by the bay, and my girlfriend and I walked down to the bay, like where all the boats and stuff were parked, and they were shooting a shot of Highlander. So they had us holding hands, and they just wanted us to walk by in the background. But I was wearing my Chiefs windbreaker, so they told me to take that off, and I had to do it again because they didn't want that bright red and yellow, I guess. But it's kind of neat that I never saw the episode, but I probably would have been that big just walking in the background. But the Highlander guy was in the hotel that we were in, too. He's like always going up and down the elevator with no shirt on, and he was all buff. He was kind of little. I was kind of surprised he was that strong.
All right, so we're gonna try something here. Chewy, sorry, I'm not ignoring you. I see there. Chewy said, "So could not the fish family adopt those species too? It gets into population race though at Fish Room Fever." I mean, we definitely could. I think the problem you have there is trying to centralize a list of the fish that need our assistance that are not. And see, then you get into local laws where you've got. Hey, we put this list of fish out that we're encouraging people to keep, but maybe it's not legal in this state. It's not legal in that state. I definitely think that as hobbyists, we would be willing to help, keep these fish around. I just think we need to find a better way to do it than relying on governments to give us lists of fish. Okay. Oh, that's not what I'm looking for.
To Brad, right? Brad asked that question. Yes, it's a small pool. It's a 500-gallon rectangle pole pond, 7 feet by like 4 feet or 4.5 foot or something like that.
Hey, there we go.
Oh, that's awesome.
All right, so I'll have to
My
play
fish
with
look good too.
Yeah. That's what we'll do. Anytime we've got somebody on and we disagree with them, we'll just throw that up real quick over them.
Nice.
I said no.
Actually, I can do this. Sorry, you guys do whatever you want to do. I'm just playing around with this while I'm.
Oh wait, was that the right one?
She sent me two. She sent me one with a transparent background and one without.
Awesome.
That was the one that has the dots in between. So.
Yeah, I like that. Even though, oh, look at that. That looks awesome.
There, it's all in the right spot too, right next to you. There it is. That looks good though. I like that.
I really wanted to go with the primary colors because I thought they'd pop.
No, that yellow looks nice on there.
Mm-hmm.
It does.
Yeah, I like that.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Chattanooga Ed stream.
And we got to get a Big J. Special guest, Big J.
There we go. Well, I got that in banners. We can fix that.
But I was hoping Priscilla's face would be up on the top corner. That would have been hilarious. Does it give you more spaces for little symbols?
What's up, Chevy Fish?
Chevy. So, Big J, did you work today?
No, I work tomorrow. Well, the store's actually closed on Mondays.
Okay.
Yeah.
It kills me when pet stores are closed on Sundays because it's such a big day.
Yeah, that's like our biggest days are the weekends. Usually Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday even. Sunday it's a little bit like mainly in the morning, then it kind of dies down like after 1.
There's a little pet store in between here in Nashville that I drive by, and they close at 5 o'clock every night. So if you don't hit before rush hour, you can't make it. And then they're Sundays, and it's like, how is this little shop going to stay open?
That's kind of weird hours because we close at 7:30 every day, except for Mondays. Of course, we're closed.
Yep.
But it's like we're open from 11 to 7:30 every day.
That's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd be like you, and they brought in those albino, or those convicts albinos, or just white.
I think they're albinos because the people that came in with them had a whole bucket of just regular convicts, and then there was like 6 or 7 of the white ones in there, and I was like, and they were like, they just started the babies. Half of them would be the striped ones, half of them were white, and so I'm guessing they're just albinos.
Well,
But-
I would be bringing home fish every day.
Oh, hey, when something like that happens, even though because I had to reject the bucket of fish because my boss, we get like convicts, they don't sell. They don't sell at our store. They don't. I had a bunch that were breeding because I was breeding a whole bunch and kind of doing like what James, is doing, was feeding them to other fish, but I was doing it in my pond on the side yard, and I decided to turn that into a koi pond. So I got rid of all my breeding ones and I took them to work, and they sat there for like 2 months. And unfortunately, like I think a couple of them ended up dying off because they just from sitting there, I don't know exactly why, but probably picking on each other, convicts, how they do it.
Oh, yeah.
And then we did sell a couple of them, but for the most part, I think there's still 2 there right now. So I had to reject it, but I was like, but those white ones, I want those. And the people were like, but they tried pushing the bucket. Oh, but you can have them all. I was like, no. I will just hand pick out all the white ones, and plus the bad part is they had like 50 fish in like a 5-gallon bucket, and had no air cylinder, no nothing. And when they brought it to me, like there was a couple convicts that were not looking good. There was even one dead one in there already. And even when there was like 7 white ones, and when I took all the white ones out, I threw it in a spare tank in the store until I got off work. And throughout the day, like one died, and which that sucked. I even threw some stress coat in there and everything for them. But I mean, the ones that I took home, they're doing fine in that tank still.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I love those little guys. Those little white fish are awesome.
They are. They're really cool. I like them too.
Yeah.
What? Oh, we're seeing some wood go in.
James
Hey.
is playing with his wood.
Yeah, I'm playing with a little bit of wood on camera.
Shame. I'm
Nothing
playing.
wrong with that.
That's where all the money is, isn't it?
Yeah, that's how I buy all these fish.
Somebody said something about the convicts.
I really shouldn't be doing this with my laptop right here, but it'll be okay.
Somebody said they can't get convicts up there. Where's that at? Because they run wild everywhere out here.
Yeah, at the St. Louis Fish Club, at the end of every meeting, they would like have an auction and try to get somebody to buy the convicts.
Right, all the time. And then the other fish store, the other local fish store here in town, if you go to they got a really nice shop, but it's mainly salt water. You know what I mean? And but they got some nice, but they're kind of pricey. And I'm not just saying that because I work at the other local fish store. I'm saying that as a fish, keeper and a hobbyist as well. Because I don't care if I work at one place. I'll go anywhere if I want a certain fish.
Sure.
And but in the back of their store they have this weird. It's like, you remember like how Petco used to have their goldfish tanks? How they had that really big tank, but it was divided in the middle in 3, and they had the small, medium, and large goldfish in it. They have one. They have one of those tanks in the back of their store, and it's full of convicts. Like I swear, there's a couple hundred convicts in each one of the between those whole things. It's crazy.
Yeah, if you can't breed those, you can't breed anything, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, somebody was talking about egg layers earlier. Fish that carry the eggs around, that makes it easier. That's kind of like a live birth or live bears. They just, if they aren't having to stick their eggs all over the place.
What tank is that you're doing, James?
I think that's his.
Can you hear us? No.
He has his mic turned off.
I see that.
Yaba tank.
Is that the Java tank?
I unplugged my studio mic so I could swing it out of the way, and I didn't realize that it didn't transfer over to my other mic. But yeah, this is the Aqueon Rainforest Conservation Kit in support of Tiago.
Yeah.
But again, disclaimer, since my mic was off, I never claimed to be a aquascaper. I'm just doing what I want to do because I like it.
His tanks look really good, though. As an aquascaper, he's pretty good at it. I know maybe I've mentioned it before, but maybe some of you guys have heard me. In his piranha tank, he couldn't ever get his big hunk of wood to sink. So it's floating, and he's got like a couple of zip ties or something holding it in place, like this far above the bottom. But it's so cool because the piranhas just line up along the bottom. It is so cool. Looks so good. Let's see.
I like that wood you got, that stick branch. That, I don't know, the Manzanita, I'm guessing it is, that new branch. I don't know.
Yeah, that's Manzanita.
Yeah, I like that. I like that wood.
I was looking at getting a couple little pieces to go in here, but for the price, I could get the one big piece, and I was like, push comes to shove, I can always just hack the branches off if I have to.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to quit playing with that for now. I'll come back tomorrow and add some plants to it.
Everybody has a fish that they can't breed. Some people can't breed guppies, so it doesn't surprise me there's people that can't breed convicts.
Dude, I couldn't breed guppies for the longest, and then come to find out it was just where I was getting them from.
Yeah, if they've been, if they were started in saltwater, it's real hard to get them to breed in fresh. But once they start, the second generation is amazing. You have 1 million guppies from your second generation. You can just get that first generation to go.
There we go. That's what we got. Hold on a second. Sneak peek there. And I am going to do some plants. I'll probably move this piece here and put maybe a small sword or something right there. And then I want to do some moss, attach it, and let it grow. But that's it now that I've stirred it all back up again. So there's your sneak peek.
Nice.
There we go.
I'm drying bamboo right now in my backyard. Here in Chattanooga, there's just lots of bamboo. So.
Oh, knocked my fishy over. But yeah, and I'm going to add a pre-filter sponge, and I'll replace the filter cartridge with actual sponge and all that good stuff. Hey, got somebody backstage there. Good day, Dr. Black.
That was a little bit of a surprise. I was looking at everything
Blackie.
else apart from the StreamYard screen.
What's up,
Hi,
Blackie?
how is everyone? Ed, Big J, how are we, boys?
What's up?
Great.
Chevy Fish, I don't have any Sublosser Tang, otherwise I would do that. But I'm trying not to buy any more stuff that I need to. And I've literally got enough plants to fill probably a 220-gallon aquarium. Like, not just plain it, like actually dump them all in it and fill it from bottom to top. If I were to just rip all my plants out. So I'm going to go with plants I've already got. And we'll see.
Can I just butt in and say that, is there any finer plant name than Savasatang?
I don't think there is.
I mean, it just rolls off the tongue, so lovely. It's superb.
Priscilla, I can take a picture of it a little later. I just don't want to get wet. I got it floating at the top of my tank at the moment. I'm going to plant it tomorrow. I mean, I guess I could. Well, I'd rather not hold it over my keyboard.
Oh, thanks, then, Ginger. Popping that link up for me.
I honestly don't know what that is, but I have lots of guppy grass I could send you.
got you, Priscilla.
That guppy grass. Once
I got
once
more
it,
guppy grass than you can shake a stick at.
Oh,
once it
Lord,
sets
yeah.
in, my crikey, it takes hold.
Man, too bad you didn't. We didn't live closer, Ed. I'd take a bunch off you. I got plenty of tanks to put it in.
That stuff will grow in the crack of your bum if you stand still long enough.
It will. I got Ed brought me, what was it, a gallon Ziploc bag, and I now have enough to completely pack a 55-gallon out front to back, side to side if I wanted to. It's everywhere.
I need that. I see. If too bad you're not closer to California.
I probably got enough to fill probably 15 of those bags right now.
I'm getting
And-
5 new tanks here in a couple days.
Well, I've got them in like probably 11 different tanks. And I was actually thinking tomorrow I'm going to have to thin it all out again and throw it away or do something. I was going to see if it's a type of strand that will be able to handle our winter. Because it doesn't really get, it only freezes a few times here.
Throw it in the bucket and throw it out back and see.
If it lives outside, because I mean there's like different strands of it from Florida all the way up to Manitoba.
Yeah.
So if it can live in Canada, live here.
I mean, mine survived outside over the winter, but there's no way in hell that my winters get as cold as yours. It grew.
Yeah, I don't know what your
just
winters
didn't
are like.
survive. It grew. I mean, they get down to single digits Celsius, but yeah, not below freezing where I am overnight.
Yeah, it barely gets that. It barely gets the. Well, for you, it'd be, but it gets like 36 Celsius here. The low is 34. Barely freezing sometimes.
It's 46 right now here.
Fahrenheit.
I think when I looked, it was like 50 something.
Yeah, in Missouri it'd be super cold. Everything would be covered in ice where I used to live. Not used to these warm winters. I mean, it's weird when you're in the middle of December and you sit on your porch and a wasp flies by and it's like, what happened? It's just not.
Yeah, I still got a whole bunch of water lettuce just growing in buckets out in the side yard.
That's awesome.
Because when I treated my big pond, because my big pond with all my catfish was covered in water lettuce a while back, but then 2 of my Oscars got into the big fight, and I had to remove the one that was the aggressive, and the other one was really messed up. So I treated a lot with salt, and I didn't want to just wipe out everything, so I took some out and then wiped out the rest.
I'm trying to remember what Sawasser Tang looks like.
It kind of looks like the word.
Sawasser Tang.
Someone needs to rewrite that Bob Dylan song, "The Times They Are a Changin'," and change it to "The Climes They Are a Changin'." Global warming song or climate change song, more I suppose appropriate.
Well, I'm not. It's still cold in Missouri. It's just I moved down by, like Chattanooga. It's right on the top of Georgia. So I mean, I've moved to the south. Man, Priscilla, that sign looks so good. You're amazing.
Yeah, no, so I'm just verifying from pictures that I do not have Sawasser Tang, and I do not. I'm not a plant guy. You all know that I'm not a plant guy. I have tons of planted aquariums, and they do really, really well, but I couldn't tell you what half of the plants in them are.
I'm the same way. I got a bunch. I got this grass. I got this red thing. I got those, ones with the round leaves. I got the real tall ones. And then I got a bunch of different kinds of moss. That's what kind of plants I got.
Yeah.
I got some guppy grass too. A little bit. Just a little tiny piece that's trying to grow, but it's in the tank of death and I think it's starting to kill all the plants in there too.
Well, I got all my guppy grass from the dragon from oh my gosh, Oddball Aquatics, Haley, and it was just a little bag like that, and it's everywhere. Oh, I wonder if we lost James.
Hey,
So-
James,
sounds
pick
like
himself up.
So Fish Tropic is saying, Dr. Black, I need a quote. Does that mean he wants me to say that thing? Is that what I'm guessing? Never say goodbye, because goodbye means going away, and going away means forgetting.
I like it.
I think I fulfilled my obligation.
It seems so sad.
Wait, why are we playing Flip Aquatics?
Because someone's showing their Subvasitang entry on the Flip Aquatics page, and Priscilla's realised that she should be selling it and not just posting it out to randos on the interwebs.
Yeah.
$20 a pop on Flip Aquatics, apparently.
Hashtag not sponsored. Now, Flip Aquatics, if you want to send me some shrimp or something, we could talk, you know.
The guy is super nice.
I would love to have a Flip Aquatics sponsored tank.
You might be sponsored by Priscilla if she starts selling her Subvasitang.
Right. We're going to have to get a Priscilla sticker up here on the tank once we get her Subvasitang in there.
I've got an idea. Just do a Subvasitang only tank.
There you go. I'm doing facial expressions at the camera like you all are looking at me, and you're not. This is wonderful. But I guess it just means I've been streaming long enough to get in the habit.
I imagined you were doing gestures with your hands as well.
Yeah, it was more of a stroking action, but you know. Somebody is going to bed. Daniken Aquatics, good night. Have a wonderful night. Appreciate you hanging out with us.
Danny Ken, good to see you.
Yeah.
Yep, good night. Have a good one. See you later.
Danny Ken's been killing it with subscribers, haven't they?
We'll have to check. Let me pull my chat out. Let me just whip this thing out real quick here.
I subbed like 2 weeks ago, I think.
Oh, I got them a couple of months ago, and I'm sure they were like double figures back then, and then all of a sudden they're like up over 500, I think, because they
Thank
did
you,
it.
Dogski.
I didn't realize he had his own channel, you know, until I was talking to him in one of these streams.
I think it was LRB that did a tour. Correct me if I'm wrong. Anyone that I think it was LRB that did a tour of their fish house, I should say.
Son of a gun. Yeah, Daniken is at $5.90 now that I have resubscribed.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm fairly certain they were double figures when the LRB tour happened, and then that's gone. Pachoo! LRB, you want to come on one of my streams?
Hey, it's worth a shot. You never know. I never thought I could get John and Bob to come on the same stream, let alone individually.
I was hassling Haley for quite a while to hit him up about it, and he did tell Haley to say g'day to me a couple of times, and that's about as far as I got. But you know, potentially I've got to be more persistent, more naggy.
Cichlids Aquarium is still asking that question about his Oscar living in, looks like a 55 for his whole life. You should be
Probably
good.
not for the rest, I would say.
No, you need like a 125.
He's going to be a foot long in his first 2 years of life, so
Yeah, I got an Oscar that's like 15 inches, so I wouldn't put it in a 55.
plus if it's only, what was the height on the tank?
20 deep.
Well, doesn't
It's
deep refer to
40,
front to back?
20.
Either or, you know, an Oscar needs space to leap up above the water to get to food and stuff. So you
Yeah, they're aggressive eaters, so they like to swim. Watch my videos and watch how my Oscars feed. They almost jump out the water.
Yeah, if you don't want too many head wounds on your Oscar, you want a good 3 or 4 inches clearance between the top of the water and your lids.
Yeah. Well, I got mine in a pond, so they do well. But
I will say you're probably good for quite some time, though.
you're good for a while, but not for life. If it is like a 55 gallon, which that's what it sounds like.
Yeah, and then like Alien World said, 75 gallon, you would be fine. So at some point, if you've stayed in the hobby realistically that many years to the point that you're needing to upgrade them from a 55, you've either A, probably already got some other tanks, or B, wouldn't mind having the 55 for something else and getting into a 75 at that point.
Yep.
Good advice.
Really, though, you could get into a 90 for just about the same footprint, that 4-foot tank.
Plus, if you go a bit bigger, then you might be able to play with a tank mate or two.
Yep.
Get
Exactly.
a nice big pleco in there, something equally as aggressive and heavy on the feeding.
Have some other big cichlid, like a big Jack Dempsey or a Texas cichlid. That's what I would.
My big
That's what
My big Oscar's got a Feste and a Jag and a Australian catfish in there, so he's got
Yes,
some
that's
competition, and it's a busy tank when it's feeding time.
sounds
Actually,
like my pond.
He's got this great trick, my Oscar. When he attacks the food so hard, he spits pellets back out of the tank, and I have to retrieve them. It's good fun.
He's playing catch. He's trying to play catch with you.
Yeah, I suppose they do call them the puppies of the fish tanks, don't they? Very dog-like in their behaviours. Zen Ginger. That could mean many a double entendre. Oh, I'm on a laptop, Brad, so I can't really take it for a walk unless I hook onto my phone as well and go for a walk. But even then, people might see my boobs.
Do any of you guys have the Oscars, the longfin Oscars?
I
No,
don't. Thirsty Rabbit does. He's got quite a nice one. It's about 7 inches long now.
See, I wonder what they're going to be like when they're huge. I've just, it just seems weird to see it's like a elephant in a dress. That seems weird.
I would wonder if their fins stay really nice or if they get quite ratty and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering too.
And
Even your shorter, your normal Oscars, as they get older, they don't maintain a perfect, pristine edge to their fins. They get a bit tatty. So
Yeah.
potentially the long fins could be even worse, Sarah.
well, right now, Thirsty Rabbit is our man. The test starts with him. Oh, is he here? He was in Sheppy's stream, but I guess he didn't make it to this one. Nuts.
He works evenings, and it's 20 to 7 down here in Australia, so he's potentially having a little bit of a bath before he goes to work. Or he's drunk.
Oh, Fish Tropic said that you're supposed to be small. They're short, I guess. Wait, short fin. Raised. Oh, well, no, long fins were. Excuse me. I'd like to see a long fin big one. That's all I'm saying.
All right, guys. So give me some Project Piaba specific stocking advice. I have a couple things in mind, but I'm curious what people think out there.
Well, you could put one of your piranhas in there.
Yeah, that's probably not going to like that too much.
It's a piaba fish.
Is it?
Yeah. So basically, what I'm looking at in terms of parameters are things specifically ordered from Piaba through Segrist. So it would be new fish essentially at this point. I'd like to do marble hatchets. I think would be cool. And then maybe not the cardinal, maybe a couple cardinal tetras or a small group of cardinal tetras, and like the green tetras. The list changes like every week. What's available?
Oh, they actually have a list.
Yeah, well, like
I was just going with what can you find in that river, the Alba River.
I think the hatchet fish would look cool in there.
yeah, well, I'm thinking I should be okay with 6. There's not a whole lot of footprint, with it being fairly small front to back. But the marble hatchets don't get extremely large. They stay fairly small, and they don't move around a ton.
Yeah, and they're kind of top area type fish too. So you can get.
I think they'll have enough room in there. I think.
Yeah.
Let's see, Zen said marble hatchets. Yeah, I really like that. Cardinal tetras, duh. Yeah, I don't want it to just be cardinal tetras though, because I want to have some variety to it.
Somebody said 300 zebra plecos.
Dude, yeah, the zebra pleco would be nice, but I don't even know if I can get those through Segrist off their Piaba list. I mean, I know I could just snag a zebra pleco, but that's a whole nother project I'm working on.
Fish Topic said zebras, hatchet, gold head, neons.
It seems to be quite the comprehensive list, is it?
Yeah, but I'm thinking that this tank's going to need to grow exponentially. I'm going to need to use a tank stretcher.
Zen said 3-line pencil fish.
At least the possibilities are endless if you've got such a substantial list of available fish on the Project Piaba.
Yeah.
How big is the tank? Is that just a 10-gallon?
It's a 13-gallon widescreen. So it measures, hold on, let's see if I've got the specific dimensions here somewhere. Oh, I don't. Hold on. See if the kids have left me a tape measure. Negative.
Bob said green tetras. I love green tetras.
Green tetras.
Who
I
was
haven't
it?
found them for a while. I've been looking and I haven't seen any anywhere.
Somebody was saying that the hatchets get large. There is a variety or whatever. There is a hatchet that gets large, but the marble hatchets only get about 1.5 inches.
Yeah, those ones stay small.
That's just a pretty little fish. I like those
That
guys.
is a pretty little fish.
What are those guys, Ed?
That's a green neon tetra.
Yeah, I was thinking about mixing up cardinals and the green neons. I thought that would give it a good look, kind of, being able to school in through there. And I figure 6 marble hatchets, so they've got a couple of friends in there, but not enough to swarm the top.
Alien World Aquatics is getting hungry.
I've got a bunch of these black tetras.
Oh, those are nice.
Yeah, I love those guys, but you realize they're like over $5 a fish down here.
Ouch.
I wanted to get, when this tank behind me was a small fish tank, I wanted to get a school of like 30 of them in there. $5 a fish, meh. And I think it was like $5.75 or something like that. So that's going to add up pretty quick for a reasonable school, and you want a decent school of those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought 12 of them, I think, for $15 in Nashville. So
Wow.
I was
that's Big J.
great
When did
Tetris.
that
I got
happen?
those.
There we go.
Big J hit the wrong button. That's why he vanished.
I will say between the that black water, the fake black water that it comes with, and the lighting, you can't really see the yellowy tinge to it. You can kind of make it out if you look at the like the gravel, I guess. You can, and even still, the camera really tries to color adjust it, but it does have a nice tint to it, and it's got a good shimmer to it with the those LEDs on it. So I'm liking that so far. Hey, there's Big J.
That's the Diamond Head.
Oh,
They're
that's
pretty
pretty.
neat looking little guy.
Oh,
That dang back button got me messed up. Kicked me out.
Good night, Griffin. Sorry, I'm trying to catch back up to the chat over
Oh,
here.
my Griffins.
Find my chat.
I lost my chat.
see you, Griffin. Good to see you, man. Yeah, that happens to me all the time.
There's
He goes
some
in and
Ginger coming through with the dimensions for the tank.
Someone said they like Diamond Head Tetras, so I looked it up to show it, and then when I looked up, the chat was gone. I think it was
Can we see your Oscar?
Good night, Monica.
Fish Tropic said he liked the diamond tetras.
yeah, they're cute. I should have checked how much they average. I don't know if I've seen them at a store.
Monica Lynn heading out. See you, Mon. Good to see you.
Yep. Good night. Sleep well.
I always get, when you break these things down into litres, I always just, like 50 litres to me doesn't sound like a lot of water. It's like 2.5 big buckets.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, I don't know if I mentioned it on any streams, but I've got this one, I think it's a 19 litre bucket, big plastic bucket that I put a lot of my excess prunings and plants in. And I've had this one bucket going for over a year now, just with plants still surviving.
Oh, wow.
And I was having a little bit of a diddle around in it the other day, pulling some duckweed out to move. And there's bloody guppies in there.
That's great.
And one of them was like a really large pregnant female. So they've been in there for quite some time, because you don't get a large pregnant female hiding out in the Java moss that you've pulled out. So they may have survived the winter in there.
There's the Diamond Tetra.
I like that idea, Fish Tropic. I've been considering it because they have some at the store.
The Diamond Heads are about $7 a piece. I don't know what these guys are.
Hello, Anna. How are you? Good to see you in.
Hey, Anna.
Oh, the Diamond Tetras are $2.50. Hi, Anna.
Diana's. Hello.
Bob Kaler is saying that the diamonds get large like silver dollars. Diamond heads stay small. So it's probably good not to confuse the two.
Yeah.
And aren't chocolate gouramis, Fish Tropics mentioning the chocolate gouramis, don't they? Aren't they one of the gouramis that are a little bit peevish, prickish? Don't they develop a bit of a nasty personality? Or am I mistaken? I'm not that familiar with gouramis.
I've never had that type.
I know Some gouramis can, especially when they start to breed. Like if you get a male and a female in a tank together, they can be mean to all the other fish. I know that.
I know the 3 spot or 5 spot. Are they? No, they're 3 spots. I think
The 3 spot. Yeah.
Yeah, they're supposed to be the prickiest ones.
And they get decent size too for the smaller version.
Yeah.
Dwarf gouramis, I guess you would call it. Yeah. We get those returned quite often at work when they get about 5-6 inches. So they keep beating everybody up in my tank.
Yes, one fish I can definitely say I've never fooled around with because I always felt they were a little bit on the prick personality scale.
I had one that had one eye, and it was not that bad, but he ended up dying after like a year. But he only had one eye, so he kind of left everybody alone. And I had him in with like a bunch of tetras, a whole bunch of different kinds.
My oldest son, he's got some gouramis and angelfish in a 6x2x2, and they get along. They don't GRB. I had last year I had over 100 guppies in my bathtub set up out the back, which is on a north-facing wall, so it gets all of the sun in the winter. But when we had a couple of really cold snaps, I had massive die-offs of my guppies in there. I think I saved 10. I think I did a video about it. There was 10 that I saved out of the hundreds that were in there just because of a single-digit night, and they did not survive. But, potentially these ones that have been in the bucket for 6 months, maybe I should start a breeding stock from them. They might have the right goods to survive a winter. Plus, we probably won't get a winter this year based on how hot it's going to be.
Good night, Jesse.
Right, HC, we wouldn't want you falling asleep in front of your computer. See you soon, man. I'll see you on Aquamate Show.
Night, Jesse.
All right, so looking at 3-line pencil fish from several people. Corey's for the bottom. Leaf fish. Yeah, I'd have to do just a single leaf fish. I'd probably have to end up moving it out at some point. So definitely some cardinals. I'm not too worried about the bio load, just because I can always add sponge filters. I am going to put a pre-filter sponge that's already cycled on the intake. And I'm going to put, I basically cut up one of my other sponges and hot rod the inside of the filter, take all the cartridge pieces out and fill that area with sponge. So I'm not really worried about overdoing the bio load. It's more about the size of the fish actually living and fitting in there comfortably with room to frolic.
Frolic. I like that word. Can you say frolic in an Australian accent?
Yeah, sure. Frolic in an Australian accent.
Excellent.
Perfect.
I set him up and he sends him home. Well, there you go, Jimbo. According to Zen Ginger, all the decisions have been made for you.
Yes.
Job done.
It seems like it. The great thing is I'm going to forget all of these, so you're going to have to comment on those future videos that are to come. When I get to, when I release part 2, you're going to have to throw that in the comments.
And what type of Corys? We only have like 80 million of them.
Well, yeah. I will leave that smart aleck comment out.
There's only like 4 or 5 to choose from, isn't there?
Panda Corys.
Just a couple.
Zen wants Panda Corys. Well, see, here's the thing. I have Panda Corys, but they're Panda Corys that I've bred, and they're not Piaba Corys.
So to be officially a Piaba tank, you have to get them off a particular supplier, do you?
Well, the way that they're set up for the mail-in rebate, it has to be specific fish. It doesn't necessarily say that they have to come through Segrist. That's more something I'm doing to make it, just to kind of keep it on brand, if you will. It's almost like a demonstration tank for the world at this point. But hold on a second, I'll grab the rebate.
Night, Alien.
Good night, Alien World.
Happy anniversary.
Yeah, and happy early anniversary.
Recon was wondering, oh, is James there?
Oh, sorry, Scott. I missed that. Good night, Scott. Love you,
Good
brother.
night, Scott.
Say hi to Paige for us.
There's James. Recon wants to know what type of sponge filters you use.
The cheapest ones I can make and or buy.
He's making a reference to the chemical smells that you get off some of your sponges. Unfortunately, due to the manufacturing process of most of your sponges that you buy, they are manufactured by chemicals and with chemicals. So if they do stink when you get them, my advice is to soak them in normal tap water with a bit of chlorine in it to help with breaking down your water, and then let them sit out in an airy spot. So somewhere that gets a breeze over it, lots of airflow, just to let any of that chemical stink waft away. But pretty much smells like that aren't going to be detrimental. But if you want to be extra cautious, then repeat that process over 2 or 3 weeks, only if they really stink. Like any sponges that I buy, I will wash them in chlorinated water first, because obviously they don't have any bacterial culture on them yet. Just, rinse them out good and thorough and let them air out, and fingers crossed the stink will vanish.
Yep. The main ingredient in making a sponge is TDI and water. And TDI is also the main ingredient of mustard gas. When it's cooked, hopefully it's all gone. But yeah, I worked with that for 20 years.
So
I'm going to go get 2 of mine and see if I can sniff them, just to see if there's any smell.
Someone have their telephone ready with 911 just in case Ed dies of mustard gas poisoning.
right. So here's on the paperwork that comes with it. Some community species can be housed together in groups of 5 to 20 fishes, depending on size. Appropriate Rio Negro species include 1-lined pencilfish, 3-lined pencilfish, dwarf pencilfish, the cardinal tetra, rummy nose tetra, head and tail light tetra, green neon tetra, bleeding heart tetra, flameback bleeding heart tetra, penguin tetra, black morpho tetra, Tucano tetra, marbled hatchetfish, autocinculus catfish, and some species of Corydoras catfish. So that's kind of the list we're looking at. Now, in terms
One
of
of each.
Yeah. In terms of the supplier, what it says on the rebate is $20 mail-in rebate with purchase of at least $20 in Rio Negro native fish specifically supported by Project Piaba. Don't know how exactly they would verify that they are specifically supported by Project Piaba other than the species. I mean, I suppose that they could check and see if the store you bought them from is getting product from Segrist, who Piaba is partnered with.
I've got a bunch
So, yeah.
of different sponge filters because the aquarium or not aquarium, my aquarium box sends them to me like every couple months, but I can't find my box of those. But I do have Corey's, one of his. I don't smell anything. I think Corey's is safe, but I'd still do it black set and rinse it off. Corey's is, you can see it's a lot more porous than the others.
And how long has that been sitting around for in your room? Because obviously a coarser sponge like that is going to aerate a lot easier.
Yeah.
I got a whole giant box of these things. Haven't used yet.
Oh, Brad Fowler, you can find my YouTube channel just by doing youtube.com/user/Dr. Black66. I've done one of those things where I changed my name. But thanks for asking the question. One of the mods will be all over it, I guess. Or am I the only mod left? Hang on, I got to mod myself, do I?
I would say we've probably got about 15 mods in here the way I've got it set up.
Oh, that's all right. Thank you, Zen Ginger.
Zen's awesome.
She's all over it.
Zen got it.
On a completely unrelated note, I've got this weird question. It's come to me in a message with a picture of a bird that it's doing its mating dance, and it has these inflating sacs on its chest that it makes do
And
these.
They're orange?
Huh?
Are they orange?
Not in the. Hang on. Potentially, I can show it. No, they're just brown.
Oh, wow. I've seen some type of like quail
that's cool.
here that does that, but they've got orange ones.
Yeah, I've seen that before. On some, yeah.
So what was your question?
What kind of bird
Are
it
you-
is?
Oh,
I speculated that it was some kind of turkey or pheasant.
yeah, it looked thick enough to be a turkey.
Yeah, and the way the tail's displaying in the back as well. But it's got quite a long beak.
Oh. Our wild turkeys here don't have that.
Our wild turkeys here go down my neck. No, if there's anyone watching from the Australian Department of Wildlife and Fisheries, there's quite a hefty fine if you kill one of our wild turkeys.
Wow.
I was merely referring to the brand of alcohol department of fisheries. Oh, there we go. Sage grouse. Prairie chicken.
Oh.
Let's see how that goes, Chevy. Thanks for your input. You know, you just never know. Who knows what in a group like this?
Yeah, that's what I was asking questions earlier.
And Bob Kaler coming through with a prairie hen. Is that the same thing, Bob? And just another name for it? Prairie chicken. Oh, yes. That would make sense. Chevy also said prairie chicken.
So I will throw the shameless plug out there. If you are going to make a purchase on Amazon and you are not already hooked up with somebody's affiliate account, I would appreciate it if you go through my link. That does help me out. That is kind of the one thing that I do plug to support me.
Bush chalk. That's our ones that are very illegal to kill. Unless you're indigenous. Wonder if I'd get away with it. With my tiny, tiny fraction of Indigenous blood. I'm not going to find out.
Is that it right there? Is that a type of liquor? Or a beer?
That's
He's holding a can of something.
yeah, right. Is that some Western Australian sports team, is it?
Oh,
Western
maybe.
Australia in the back. Or is it a brand of beer, perhaps? It's a fairly accurate.
I think they do have a beer.
Yeah, right.
That's a
It was
cool
fair.
team. They have their own beer and
Fairly accurate representation, except for the tail, because our bush chooks have quite the fanned out tail like a turkey. I think that's how they get related to the turkeys. Whoops. Because of their big fanny tail.
is this Sam?
No, they look like moorhens. Water chickens, we call them. So they hang out beside rivers. Look up scrub turkey. Or brush turkey, they're also known as. Bush chook's an affectionate term. And what the males do is they pick a spot in the bush and they build up this. There you go. That's
a
our
pretty
bush.
bird.
The males will build up a mound of like leaf litter and all sorts of stuff, and then they will lure in females from all over the place, and they can have up to 130, 150 eggs in their mound at any one time from any number of females. And they have to be buried at a certain depth to have the babies. Oh, doesn't that look tasty?
That's the baby. So does the dad take care of the babies, or are they just dig themselves out and they're on their own?
I think pretty much, yeah, from what I understand, because the mothers basically lay their eggs and then go off, and all the father does is defends the nest. So as soon as they're out, each to their own. Squat stain. What's a squat stain? El Tropico? Sharpie's probably got just as much slang as I do, based on where he's at.
The squat stain would be like a Hershey treadmark.
I'm still trying to work out what I said that got confused with a squat stain. Brad Fowler. I like to go middle of the road. I find that a really fine filter is very hard to get clean, and sure, with a coarse one, you must clean it more regularly. But they're so much easier to clean than the really fine ones. So their benefit is that they certainly do. You know, more of your surface area is accessible, I think. But like I said, you do have to engage in more regular cleaning than the really fine ones. But if you leave your really fine ones too long, then they're a real bugger to clean properly. I just, as I say that, I realise that around in my better tank, I've got 4 really fine sponges that it's been quite a while since I've rinsed out. There's a job after the stream.
Hey, Scotty's here. Has he been here the whole time?
Yeah, he's been in here lurking.
Oh, well, hey. I see
Welcome
you now.
back, buddy.
All right. Well, Amazon is being a bigger and is not letting me create affiliate links at this particular moment. I think they're doing some site maintenance. I was gonna try and drop the links for the filters that I ordered to make my own, as well as the ones that I purchase, complete, if you will.
Hey, James, does Teesprings let you know every time you sell a shirt?
I do not get a notification, and I have not checked that lately. So since you mentioned it, let's go have a look. See.
You have to log into your dashboard or whatever they call it on Teespring to find out that kind of information.
See, I'm just going to read my email. I ordered one of your shirts, James.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yep. Well, I got notifications that everybody else's that I ordered that day got sent out, but I never got a notification for yours. So I don't know if I ordered it or not.
It says I have sold a total of 5 products for $2 in total profit. Thank you.
You're a saint, Jimbo. You're a saint.
Again, the logo, the merch stuff it's not about me making money. If people like my channel or logo or whatever you want to call it enough to want to wear it, then I'm good with not making money off that. I think it's awesome to have people that want the product.
Well, that's it. More of the joy lies in the fact that there's someone out there wearing a product with your logo on it. That's worth more than 72 cents or 48 cents.
Oh, Fish Tropical dropped the hashtag somewhere. I think it's like hashtag 46 cents. See, it's not showing me the units sold.
I have no notifications whatsoever that I ordered any from you. So I'm not very tech savvy, so I may have messed it up.
Well, the last I knew, I had only sold, I think, 3 products. Precious purchased 2, and then somebody else purchased a shirt.
Oh, I meant to ask Precious today if she got her tank yet.
Yeah, hashtag 46 cents. Thank you, Fish Tropic. Yeah, I need to order. I was hoping to order a shirt or 2 this week, but between the medical bills and Christmas all hitting last week, it's kind of going to have to wait a week or 2.
I think I might have to go down your path, James, and change some of the prices on my Teespring stuff because I just left it at whatever they charged. But
yeah, well, initially I didn't want to lower it because I also feel, kind of like a prick undercutting everybody else's Teespring prices. But I talked to several people and they're like, don't worry about it. I mean, it is what it is.
yeah, I think I'd spoken to a few fish tubers and they all said the same thing, that they just put it as low as they could just to get it out there. It makes better sense because you're not going to sell 100 shirts a week. You're not going to be making bank off it. You might as well just get the brand out there, get it eyeballed.
Priscilla, if you send me your P.O. box or your store address, whatever, I will send you one of James's T-shirts. You just pick out whichever one you want. Or if there's some way I can gift it to you on
Up in there.
And I do offer, if somebody wants something specifically made, I can make something. like a Precious tank that was done specifically how Precious Tranquility wanted it. She wanted the logo on the back and not the front, if I remember correctly. However, we ended up making it. That was a custom job.
Plus, that was such a great live stream too.
I meant Priscilla. If Priscilla and Precious are both here.
You said Priscilla. I was just saying that if Priscilla didn't see something that she specifically wanted, or wanted an adjustment made to something like a logo somewhere else, to let me know and I could adjust it for her. I don't know what you all are doing, but if she wanted something, I could do that. That's all I was throwing out there. Sorry.
Priscilla, if you want one of James Fishroom Fever t-shirts, I will get it to you one way or another. That's what we'll say, and we'll figure it out from there.
I don't know what's going on. I'm just here.
Yeah, and I'll try to also get. I'll wait till my stickers come in. I'll put my sticker in, James' sticker, and Bob's sticker in. If Bob will let me have one. I'm sure Bob will.
Oh, guys, I don't know. Okay, here, Ed, the payout history will tell me what I've sold. Good deal. It says I have $2.11 ready to be paid out. Should I go ahead and get that paycheck in the mail? I think I'll wait on a little bit.
Wait till you get like $3,000.
Right? No, dude, wouldn't that be awesome? And then just cash it out to go to a fish event. So I have sold 2 of the Ask About My Fish hoodies, 1 of the Precious tank, 1 classic FRF tee, and 1 FRF logo long sleeve shirt. So
I don't remember what I got, but I got something.
Gotcha. 2
A
of
lot
those.
of pressure on me. I ordered like 5 shirts that night.
So 2 of those were on the 1st, and the other were back on Christmas Day.
Okay, well, I think it was the 1st when I ordered, so that's good.
So yeah, so that is awesome.
Even though it'd actually be awesomer if somebody else did it and they'd mess mine up, and then I could order again.
Right.
I still want to know who bought 3 shirts off my Teespring. No one's claimed that they've bought them.
You have a Teespring? I thought you have an Australian stream.
No, well, I have a Teespring, and I started setting up a Redbubble is the other one.
Redbubble.
But Sarah's got the full Redbubble with all of her stuff on it, and I haven't got into setting up my Redbubble because, I mean, everyone saw the amount of time it took James on his live stream, how long it takes to put a listing on Teespring. Redbubble's the same. But there's 3 shirts out there with Sarah's art that some people have bought, and I don't know who they are. It'd be awesome to see them put a picture up on Instagram going, yeah, here's me with my Scunch Princess shirt on.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But yeah, I'm sitting on that $15 waiting to be paid out too until it's something reasonable.
Well, Priscilla, I will send you out one someday.
Yeah, Priscilla's wanting a shirt with your logo on it, Ed.
Okay, I have some old jackets that say my last name photography. They don't fit me anymore.
No reason James couldn't put some shirts up with your logo on them, Ed.
I could. I'm actually sitting here on the site debating on whether or not we want to get into those shenanigans at the moment.
I did that on mine. I put up some Aquamate ones and some Thirsty Rabbit ones and some Sir Prawn-a-Lot ones.
Nice.
Oh, that's awesome.
But it's so expensive for us down here to buy Teespring. That's why I went the Redbubble route, because Redbubble will ship from San Francisco as well as Melbourne. Oh, are you just teasing me, Bob?
Oh, Bob, I don't think I ever actually revealed it, but happy birthday.
Oh, what?
I got Bob something, and I never actually told him that I purchased it. He just knew somebody else had randomly paid for it for his birthday. So happy birthday, Bob. I don't think I ever told you that.
Many happy returns, Bob.
That was like 2 months ago.
Yeah. Well, I was just gonna let him try and figure out who it was, and then I never actually saw him because we just haven't lined up on the fish storm meetings.
Well, the next time we go up there, we'll make sure that we'll try to see you. And then, did you hear that Bob ran into Sean Peck while he was up there?
No, I did not.
Yep, and he got to hang out with Sean at the store.
I never run into Sean Peck.
Well, I think that's because he runs from you.
Well, yeah. I mean, good reason. I mean, most people see this beard and they turn and walk the other way.
Beard envy. Hashtag.
Hey, no problem, Bob. I wanted to do something for you, and the timing worked out perfectly when we were doing the crayfish thing. I was like, just let me cover Bob's. Don't tell him.
On the subject of the art, Bob, have you received it? And g'day, Blake, fellow Australian in the house.
Hey, Blake.
Good eye.
Good eye.
And then there were two.
Uh-oh. They're taking over. I was talking to my mom the other day, and she was really worried about all the Australians. She said the whole country's on fire. And I was like, well, it's a big country. And she says, no, it's the whole country. And so, gosh, I still haven't looked it up.
Misconstrued.
I've been hearing about it at work. People are like, well, all of Australia is burning right now. And I'm like, it's not quite that bad.
As long as we have Blackie, that's all that matters.
This is one of the most smoke-free days I've had for months, thanks to a bit of wind and the fires being 150 kilometers away. We're not so bad where I am, but there's certainly people doing it a hell of a lot tough further down south of me. 165 separate fires or something in my state alone, but most of them are down the south way.
So here's the only... Sorry, I didn't... If you're not finished, continue. I thought you were done.
That was the end of my sentence.
Perfect. Fish Tropic, the only problem that arises from that is when you upload logos and things, you have to confirm that you have the rights to that logo. And so all it would take is one person saying, oh, I'm okay with it, and then having a disagreement, and then going, well, I didn't agree that that person could use my logo, blah, 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 that type of stuff, So that's
Plus,
the only problem.
You'd also have to collate all of the logos into one image file first, because the price goes up for every individual graphic you put on.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm cool, James, with you using my thing. That'd be awesome. But I would.
Sorry.
Can I
really sorry, I have to interrupt because I totally ignored the presence of GRB. GRB is also an Australian. Completely ignored you, GRB. I solemnly apologise, my dear friend.
That's kind of like disregarding Big J's beard in reference to beards in the stream. I don't know how you do that.
I'll be back. Got to fill this up.
Yeah, Blake, you could, and I think that would be cool, and I also think that would be something that would need to be would be neat to do with like a zero profit margin type thing, But yeah, you would really need a release form from each person with their logo saying that it was okay.
Would an email not suffice for that, do you think?
You would think it would. Generally speaking, it would. Of course, if you got into a huge legal issue, which I don't foresee, but it could potentially backfire. But yeah, I mean, in theory, again, it's all well and good in theory, and I think it's a great idea, and it's probably doable.
It's all good ideas.
Yeah. No, I like the idea. I mean, if we could get everybody to agree and decide who was actually going to do it and then send everybody's logo with an email disclaimer or release, to use the logo for that specific purpose, I think that would be awesome to have a Fish Fam logo, hoodie, shirt, jacket. The wraparound would be a really cool one. It's a little bit pricier product, but could you picture the wraparound T-shirt with all the logos on it? Because it doesn't it doesn't keep it just in a little box on the chest or the back. It actually puts it everywhere.
And can I go back to Priscilla's comment about
Yeah,
fur?
absolutely. Do I'm just here waffling, as Sharpies would say.
Priscilla saying that Fur Babies looks awesome. That's one of my personal favorites too, Priscilla. Thank you. And tomorrow, I'm really loath to involve myself in shameless self-promotion, but if we can get as many people along to my live stream tomorrow afternoon, my time, tonight, your people's time, we got some special stuff going on.
Absolutely. I'm sure Zen will drop the link for it.
I'll be there.
I don't know what we're saying, but I'll be there. Whatever we're talking about.
Blackie's live stream tonight, tomorrow.
What time? Well, that's your normal show.
Yeah, my normal time.
Yeah,
I think that's 10 p.m. 10 p.m. Eastern, I think.
Yeah, I always try to make that. Just sometimes I get distracted and
7
forget.
o'clock for me. It's 10 Eastern. That's like 7 for me, right?
Now,
I
10
think that's
Eastern.
the time.
What time is it there, Blackie? Right now?
Right now, it is 7:26 p.m. in the evening time.
Oh my
But
gosh!
you wouldn't guess it with all this light.
Oh, but it's summertime.
Yeah, bloody daylight savings can eat a sandwich.
Oh, come on now.
Priscilla said, when I'm reading the chat, it looks like I'm trying to eat your souls.
That's what I just laughed about.
Yeah. That's funny.
I don't know. I don't do it very good. I have to put my bandana on.
To be evil.
Not me, it's just my face. Especially if I squint like that, like I'm looking, concentrating.
Got a little bit of the Kerry King about you.
Especially, yeah. And if I step back, even make it more creepy. Go away from the light.
And that looks really good. With your beard, you could be one of the dwarfs from Token. If you could make it like ravel it together.
I'm kind of a little bit ashamed because I tidied mine up and got rid of so much of it a week ago.
Yeah, Recon, I get that quite often. People say that to me. He said he wouldn't want to run into me in a dark alley.
Especially when he's got his shirt off and flexing.
Right?
Fish Tropic is like almost totally in sync with what I said. No, hang on. No, he's not.
Bob's right about the Sith Lord thing too.
That is funny what he said though. How tall am I? I'm 6'5".
Really?
Yep.
You would be frightening in an alley then.
I'm 6'5", 375 pounds.
Hoot.
I'm just I don't. Big J. That's what everyone calls me. My name's Jared, but everyone calls me Big J.
Still, when I meet you, I'm gonna try and bench press you.
Good luck. Don't break your back.
No.
Sounds like James is having fun.
Yeah, I'm working on something.
Big J, did you play football?
No, I played I played basketball, baseball, and wrestling.
I've wrestled. I've never played a single game of baseball or a single game of basketball my whole life. I've played hockey my whole life and football, a little bit of soccer, and wrestling.
Wrestling was my main thing. I was undefeated in my high school. I still got like a little placard and shit that's at my high school with my name because I went all 4 years undefeated.
Nice.
And so that was mainly my thing. And then I liked playing basketball only because of my height and my size. I could, post up and score on anyone pretty much.
Shoulder people out the way.
Exactly.
No foul, sir. No.
Yeah, in the winter I just played hockey because that was my thing. I gave up wrestling for hockey. I love the hockey.
I did basketball in high school, and one of the guys on my basketball team went on to be an Australian Olympic basketballer. So, needless to say, that year we won the trophy for that competition, and
Nice.
pretty much our game plan was pass it to Brad. It was a good ploy. It worked well. If you were defeated in croc wrestling, Blake, you wouldn't be here to tell the story.
I'd wrestle a croc. That'd be fun.
Me too.
I would too. Love that. Of course, it'd be a gator here.
Yeah.
Gators are easier, apparently. They're more placid.
Hey, Ed, are you able to click over to the private chat in StreamYard?
Let's see. Yes, I saw a little dot go up.
See if that little link works for you. I was just playing with something.
Careful how you say that.
Yeah, click this link. I was playing with something I want to show you.
Here, click this right here. I was playing with it. Here you go. Click it.
Okay, now I got to go to Google. And hit enter. All I see is a white hoodie with a red square around it on the front and back.
Okay, yeah, never mind. Let's just do it this way. I was just kind of goofing off here. Let me just do this.
Fish Tropic asked, I was surprised I didn't play hockey. I'm from California. It wasn't a big thing out here.
Costs too much money to keep the ice hard.
Ah. Ooh.
Game of
Hey,
Thrones.
that's a nice hoodie right there.
Can you get it to go down the sleeves, Chattanooga Ed?
I probably can. And the guppies thing was just a joke because I know you and your guppies, so I had to put the guppies on the back of it.
I like it though. You know what? How about just a long sleeve tee instead of a hoodie? Everybody in this stream is gonna hate me after this. First, I was mean for Priscilla to make my thing over and over.
All right, you want a long sleeve tee? Back.
Bob Kaler mentioning the kangaroo's crotch kick. Bob, do you also know that they are fantastic at choking their opponents out? While we're talking about wrestling and stuff, they have a mean, big, massive, short front arm muscles, and they choke their opponents out in fights if the need happens.
Whew.
Nothing more.
I have never touched a kangaroo.
And well, if you watch some videos of the nasty shit that they can do, you probably never want to.
No, if they kick you, they could like rip your guts open.
Yeah, disembowel you just for
Yeah.
the fun.
Yeah, they got those nails in the front, and they kick so dang hard that they'll rip your guts open.
Some of the big male red kangaroos, they totally look like they're on a steady course of the steroids. So muscular, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, see, Chewy's got the right idea. Fish Tropic, that there's only a couple hockey out here, so it's not nothing big out here.
My high school team went to like the national championships, and we played 4 teams like in our bracket. So I guess it was a bracket of 5. And they put us against another Illinois team, a Michigan team, a Wisconsin team, and a team from LA. And the team from LA was the only team we beat. They were the only guys that were worse skaters than us.
Yeah, there's no, I mean, yeah.
Stop it.
It's like the warmer it is, the worse a skater you are. I've never beat a Canadian team in my life. They invite us up to compete with them, and I think it's just to take our money and make fun of us. But it's fun. The Vancouver teams aren't very good, though, so that's good. I don't think they get a lot of ice.
All right, Ed, we can sell these for $13.99 a piece and make you 17 cents profit per item.
But can you get Chattanooga Ed down the sleeve?
Probably not.
Oh,
That's going to just carve into your profit margin there, Ed.
Yeah, it would. Anything else you got, but
does
no,
it take a guppy on the back?
it's not a printable area. I mean, we
Back?
can do something on the back.
I like guppies. I thought that was funny.
All the
Yeah.
millennials are going to mistake it for a Game of Thrones shirt, though.
They are. I thought about that too, but
Is that a Game of Thrones thing?
just the GFT abbreviation.
Yeah. What about Guppy's FTW?
I don't know what that means.
Like, but also Blackie over here. I don't know if it's popular where you're at. We've got all of the that stemmed from the Got Milk, but they've transitioned it to everything. Got coffee, got Glock, got
I mean, it definitely wasn't a thing here, but just based on the immersive nature of the American culture into the Australian culture, we definitely got the GOT reference before
I've never-
Game of Thrones came along.
But I don't care. I kind of like got guppies because I think of like got milk and got cookies.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure Game of Thrones is going to blow over. So, that shirt's going to last a lot longer than that.
Talking about Game of Thrones, the first 2 books I enjoyed, and then I think it was the 4th one was okay, but the show was so much better until the last season. Any thoughts?
I stopped watching the show the last season. I think I got 3 episodes in and I just gave up.
You're
And
a
then-
better man than me.
The only way I watched the show was there's an Australian YouTuber who became massive because of his reviews of Game of Thrones, and he had permission to do them. Hughes is his name, and he would do recaps after the episodes aired. And once I realised that they were going downhill and they were really trying to close this storyline out too fast, I just watched his videos and got enough of the closure that I required for that series.
Can you do the got guppies in yellow?
Yeah, absolutely. No, Ed, I'm doing it in red.
I'm sorry. All you poor people are so probably bored watching this.
I mean, they had fun.
Luckily, we got Big J and Blackie here to entertain.
They had fun the last time we did this.
It was an awesome stream last time because of all of the excellent input that James got to the shirts about people telling him where
Ooh.
Where to put the text, and it was too
Okay.
high and stuff like that.
Can you put a guppy in the 0 or in the O?
I'll tell you where you can put a guppy at.
Just saying.
Oh, James, like, I'll put a guppy in your O. All right.
Yeah. No, you need to get Priscilla to put a guppy in a 0 and email it to me, or in an O rather, and a got, and then I'd have to do it. I'm not. No.
Yes.
4 o'clock in the morning, me doing
Guppies.
photoshopping a guppy into the O, not gonna happen.
You definitely want that as one image file, because that's gonna be at least 7 cents out of your profit margin, Ed.
Right.
See, we've already gone up.
There he goes with that hashtag 46 cents.
See, we've already gone up a couple bucks adding the got guppies to the back.
It's well worth it. I'm going to buy this for my whole family for Christmas next year. Everybody's going to get one of these. Or maybe I'll buy them for their birthdays all year long.
So now I'm waiting to see how many comments I have that's not centered.
Zen Ginger wants you to put got guppy grass, but write guppy really small. And then you might get a few more people talking to you in the street about it.
Let's see what that looks like.
You'll get people tapping you on the shoulder all day long. How much you want, bro? How much you want?
$7 a bag. Cheapest guy around. $10 for a dove.
I don't even know what you're talking about. I'm lost.
Gonna bump the price up again.
Is there any rules against hitting a one-hitter during a stream?
Hitting a what?
A one-hitter?
I don't know what that is. I'm Australian, remember?
Okay. Do you know what marijuana is?
Yes.
Okay. So have you ever seen a marijuana in a little pipe?
Yes.
And then if they take one light of it and go,
Ah,
that's a one-hitter.
right.
But there was somebody in Pam's stream 2 nights ago, I think, hitting a one-hitter throughout the whole stream. But I didn't say anything.
Yeah, I know who that is. Yeah.
Did you
Does it all
notice
the time.
that?
He does it all the time. It's, what's his name?
Well, I don't want to say his name.
Other Jay.
I think it is, or somebody was doing it, or like somebody was smoking a tobacco out of a weed pipe in his stream the other day.
Do you want the question mark?
You know what? No, I like Got Guppies better. Got Guppies.
But
I
at least-
like that.
At least Zen Ginger can walk away satisfied today that she saw her request on screen. Well done.
Because I'm going to buy this for the kids. Their birthdays. And I don't want, like,
You don't want them getting the taps on the shoulder.
yeah.
Somebody's recon saying Ed wants to smoke.
Oh, I haven't smoked in a long. Never mind. I was just in St. Louis not too long ago.
You want the question mark on it or no?
I'm going to
Yeah.
plead the fifth on that. I live in California.
James, I don't mean to be that guy, but now you've got 2 separate text boxes running and you're going to be charged extra money for that.
Yeah, I'm aware of that. The problem is you can't
different.
center the got, or at least it wouldn't take a centering.
Yeah,
So
then
if in order to get it centered, I had to do a separate text box.
Gotcha.
If you're
And-
not worried about it being centered and it lined up is fine.
Okay.
I
I don't
can
know. I
go,
like it centered.
I can go back and try it again.
No, I'd rather be centered. But can you take the question mark off and then we'll put the. Oh, now put the question mark under the G for guppies.
Oh, yeah.
No,
then you look
question
at
mark.
like, yeah. So
Now-
modern. So modern.
Try to move it up this way.
Yeah.
Hold on a second.
So what do you guys think of that one?
That's so 2020. I love it.
What are people thinking?
Edgar. I'm going to have a Steckenfinger. I'm sorry if I butchered that, Edgar, but welcome aboard.
Oh, Edgar. Hey. How are you doing? Well, it's going to be my t-shirt eventually.
Available soon on Teespring.
I don't know if you're seeing all the different.
Recon's still laughing at you.
We're
I
seeing
kind of
them.
like that first one.
No, I reckon you've got to go with a more fluid font instead of a more newspapery font. That one that it's on now. Oh, what's that? Kralin. Go back down. One of the K ones. Yeah, that Kralin Kemvisar. Yeah, nah, sorry about that. I just wasted 2.5 seconds of your life. Ooh, that
That one's
one's
going to
19,
get all... I don't like that one. It's going to get all cracky.
1980s all over it.
Ooh, I like that one.
That's
Was
like
that the original?
a varsity jacket,
That's
isn't
what
it?
I had on the first run before we deleted everything and start over. Was the letter sweater,
I like it because I don't need to wear my glasses to see it.
right?
I don't know where I didn't even bring my glasses over here. Watching the whole thing in SteamYard, I can read what people are saying so much better.
Yeah, see, it's not going to let me go all the way over with it. Even spacing it all the way over to there, it's not. It's just bringing it over one.
All right, guys, I'm gonna jump off here. It's getting late. I gotta wake up early and go to work. So I'll talk to you guys later.
I
Night, Big
appreciate
J,
you, man.
you're awesome.
Good to see you, Big Day.
Have a good night.
See you soon, man.
Can you make a bigger size question mark? Ooh, that's Chief colors. Ooh, I like that.
Chevy's got a pretty good suggestion that potentially more question marks might
Ooh,
make the
yeah.
impact.
Try 3.
Oh, that's exactly what Chevy suggested, Ed.
Oh, he did? Well, you see, Chevy and I are both from originally, well, not really, from the Midwest. We'll go with that. He's from Illinois. I went to high school in Illinois. Ooh, I like that one too, and I like the black, even though it looks like the Packers.
Everyone
Packers
likes
green.
black.
That
Ooh.
looks terrible.
That's a bit washy.
Cool. Well, I won't get the red. I'll probably get it like in black or dark blue, but it's pretty neat to get all those choices.
Sharpie also departing us this night. Thanks
John,
for
have a
stopping
good
in,
night.
Sharpie.
Morning.
Hey,
day.
Sharpie.
I don't even know what it is at this point.
It is very early in the morning for Sharpie as well. Hang on. He said 11 hours behind me. So, yeah, the sun's coming up where Sharpie's at.
It's 3:48 where I am.
Actually, the sun is up where Sharpie is.
And James is about an hour and 20 minutes from me, so it's probably about 5 o'clock where he is.
You guys have impeccable staying power.
All right. How are we looking here? So I can go ahead and bang this thing out.
That looks super cool.
Sure does.
All right.
Well, Priscilla, I'll make one in a short sleeve and one in a long sleeve, and whichever one you want, somehow I'll get it to you. And James, I'll give you a big hug.
That'll work. All right.
We ought to do one sometime though that says both of our logos on the same thing.
Yeah. Where's my little? Oh, I don't know where it is.
I think there's a lot of potential for what Fish Tropic is talking about for shirts as well. The amount of euphemisms that you could garner from playing with wood all night. The list is endless. But potentially we lose viewers every time we bring up that level of euphemism.
Right. What do you want for your description?
Long sleeve T-shirt.
And then just followed by grrr.
Arr.
G and a series of R's.
Oh, I can't even see the screen at this point. There we go. What color do you want it to show up on in the shop?
Black.
It's either black or dark blue.
There you go. And do you want it to show the front or the back?
Oh, the front.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. People might like the back better because there might be guppy people out there who might actually like guppies.
Well, but you got your guppy in your logo, so they should.
Leave the back as a pleasant surprise.
Okay. And maybe guys with the name Ed will like this, like Edgar.
You never know. There could be like a million guys called Ed that also live near or in Chattanooga.
Well, Chattanooga's not a very big city. We don't have a million people, but yeah, there might be
Thousands. Eight. Well, eight times 17. You know, that's like nearly $1.
Yeah.
I mean, just over $1. My maths isn't the best at this hour of the day.
Well, thanks, James. That was a surprise.
Bye, Bob. Have a good night, morning, day, morning. Yeah,
Good night, Bob.
Thanks for hanging out, Bob. Lots of love. We'll see you tomorrow afternoon, my time. Gonna need your input, Bob, tomorrow.
Edgar said, if I bought one, people might start calling me Chattanooga. I like that.
What?
Edgar said that if he bought one, people might start calling him Chattanooga.
Yeah.
There could be worse things to call you.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, now I'm going to get sued by Chattanooga Ed because I used his logo on my store without written permission.
I bear witness that he allowed you to do it and definitely requested many, many changes along the way. Not once did I hear a version from Ed. So, you know, I believe that your state will fly me over to your country to provide evidence in court of law.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I just have to find it again.
You know that really cool one of yours that's great big, or got your logo real big on it?
The wraparound?
Yeah, it only goes to so big. It goes to 3X. Ooh, that looks cool. That looks like the St. Louis Blues. Ooh, that looks cool.
Because some of the colors, you get a bigger size, but it looks like in this one you're not going to.
That looks like...
Yeah, no. Looks like this one. Because some of the colors you can even get tall, so you can get up to like a 4 tall in some of the colors on some of the products.
See, I'm normally a 3X guy, but when it has print that goes all the way around, they always seem to be tight. So I would definitely get that in 4 or 5.
All right, I've lost your shirt I just made. Oh,
Hey,
there we
Baker.
go. need to put it in a store.
Just tell people it's the past tense of Chattanooga, as in I got Chattanoogaed.
Like that. Hey, Mark.
Mark, how are you, mate? Good to see you.
That should give me a link. That should give me a link.
Chattanooga is a Native American word.
No,
I think it means pass through the mountains or path through the mountains or something like that. I'm not for sure. I really should look that up. Or maybe it means top of the mountains, something like that.
I don't know. It's made. I'll have to find it and add it to the. Yeah.
Well, that's awesome, dude. Oh, that looks so cool.
No, this is not. Go away.
Chattanooga means rock rising to a point.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
But it's not in the storefront.
I mean, that's the first Google response that I got. So whether you choose to believe that or not, I don't know.
Well, that might be how Indians, I shouldn't say Native Americans might say a mountain or something.
Were the Cree the local ones in your mob, your area?
If Bob was still here, he would know because he's originally from here. But I just moved here 3 years ago, so.
Because it says from a Creek word, as in Creek, but I'm assuming it means Cree. Possibly a typo that it's a Cree word because Cree pops up all the time in crosswords, and I do a lot of crosswords. I know that's a Native American tribe.
Brad, have a good night. I appreciate you hanging out with us. Sorry we killed your battery.
Cheers, Brad. See you.
Thank you.
See you tomorrow afternoon, my time. Hashtag shameless plug.
So there we go. teespring.com/stores/ChattanoogaEd.
So Priscilla, we'll talk to James and we'll try to figure out how to make it either a long sleeve or a short sleeve, whatever you choose.
Yeah, I can go back in. I may do not later today, but another day this week. Open up a stream where we can do some more designing when it's not 4 a.m.
You're probably gonna have to split that 14 cents profit with Priscilla as well for making that logo happen.
Yeah, that's.
Well, me sending her the shirt will probably be my profits for the next 5 years. Like, actually, all the profits are going to be going to James anyway. I don't mind whatsoever.
Hey, Colin, have a good night. I think everybody is getting ready to crash. I'm not far behind y'all. It's 4 a.m. here. I had absolutely no intentions of streaming, but I definitely had fun.
James is an experienced financial operator. He is my finance in my YouTube channel. So if you want anyone to handle your finances, Ed, you might as well have James doing it for you.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to invest that 14 cents, and in 37 years, you will have approximately a profit of negative $4,000 owed to the government.
Hopefully, I'll be dead by then.
Yeah.
Wait, how many years?
I don't even remember, but I didn't think it was that many.
Yeah, no,
I
scratch
think it was
that.
only like 37.
Oh,
You should send those
37?
14 cents to Australia. The exchange rate's incredible at the moment.
That's what we're going to start doing. We're going to start working money through. Yeah. I'll have the IRS showing up at my door wondering why I'm buying all this Redbubble merchandise, and that money is getting funneled back over into my merchandise.
We got to do what we got to do.
Night, Edgar.
See you soon, Edgar.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Edgar, I appreciate you coming by. I don't know that I've seen you before, so my apologies. You did not get a proper welcome. This was not a proper stream, so I do really appreciate you.
I gave him a pretty good welcome when I, made a point of trying to
Yeah.
pronounce his name.
I kind of simply facilitated because Ed asked, he said, are you streaming? Because I'm not entirely sure how to set it up. So I was like, yeah, I'll at least turn it on and get you on there and maybe just walk away and go to bed. But then we got into conversation.
Bloody conversation.
Yes.
It's the bane of our existences.
So for special requests, feel free to email me.
Night, Priscilla.
Or just wait till we do another live stream this week and we can do them live on air. Teespring merch, all that good stuff. Amazon. Yeah, there's my shameless plug one last time. If you want to financially support me in any way, shape, form, or fashion, just buy the stuff you're already going to buy through my Amazon affiliate account. That way it doesn't cost you anything extra, and I can make some money off of it. So there's my shameless plug. All right, there, I found you all again.
Oh, Priscilla is leaving as well. Night, Priscilla. Good to see you. Always good. Thanks heaps for your input.
There we go. Almost fixed everything. I think I'm going to call it a night, gentlemen. Unless, Ed, you just want to stay on here.
No, I probably should get to bed too.
Yeah.
I wasn't planning on being up this late. I was already in bed, and then everybody was begging for somebody to go on. So I said, well, let me call James.
Yeah. Well, it looks like we got up to 40 likes from what I'm looking at now. It may even be more. Sometimes that gets delayed. So I appreciate everybody coming in, hanging out.
And if you're still in the chat, hit the like button if you haven't already.
Absolutely. I appreciate Dr. Black coming up on screen and hanging out with us. Always a good time when you show up, Blackie.
I'll try and be on as many of your live streams as I can, my brother.
And again, everybody that possibly can, on as many possible devices, show up to Dr. Black's stream tomorrow/today, depending upon where you are in the world and what time it is. I think everybody's on today, though, at this point.
We got some interesting things happening tomorrow on my stream, and potentially we may need input from viewers.
Absolutely. Ed, do you have anything you would like to share, plug, promote? Any of that?
No.
I got my Amazon out there. People are coming to see Dr. Black.
Oh, I do have one thing.
Go ahead, sir.
Make sure you go to my Teespring and buy.
His Teespring. Link in the chat for Fish Room Fever's Teespring, where you can buy a Chattanooga Ed shirt.
Absolutely.
Buy now before stocks run out.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I do really appreciate each and every one of you all. I'm glad that we spent this time together. Until next time, thank you again, and keep your fish healthy, and catch yourself a little Fish Room Fever. Take care, everybody.